rehearsal, guys. Good rehearsal.
Yeah, good rehearsal.
Thank you. Thank
All right. So what's my call time tomorrow? Because I gotta go. Like.
5, 6.
I will tell you, this is going to be a really great session in a short amount of time. So don't worry, guys.
I'm excited.
Don't tease.
I don't know this game at all, and I'm gonna.
Well,
you're gonna
I'm
be
not
fine,
saying,
man.
I'm not saying because of myself. My shortcomings as a GM and human are very clear.
I am gonna peek
But
at your cards.
if we're going to pack
Go
this all
for it.
into 2 hours, then it's going to have to be action-packed.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
that
Sean, while
now
you're there,
we're
would
all
you grab me
silent?
one of them old tankards?
There you go, buddy. I was
Okay.
looking.
Yes.
Are we on?
There's one right next to it.
We're
too.
on.
Ah!
Yay!
Nothing happened.
Welcome to Saving Throw Show. Let me tell you something about Saving Throw Show, because if you don't know, you should know that Dom is one of the hardest working people I know. Yeah.
Oh man, that's creepy.
Dom is. I'm not going to say Dom is the glue that holds this place together.
Oh, I will.
Because that
Dom
would
is the
be-
glue that holds this
No,
place together.
That would be disrespectful because glue is too passive. Dom is the iron-fisted authoritarian dictator that forces everything to happen around here. And when that is probably the best compliment I can give a person, is calling
really?
you a ruthless authoritarian dictator.
Wait, really?
You're welcome, Dom.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Ben
if you've been
Mendelsohn's
inside
character in
Sean's
Rogue
head,
One,
like,
and that's
I
kind
get
of cool
it.
because you get a cake.
He makes the trains run on time.
Yeah, the trains
That
run
along
on
with
time.
other things.
But when something like this comes up, like if there's a massive technological problem, are you going to ask me to deal with it?
No.
I made dumb shit. But Dom is a bright guy who will figure it out. You know? So thank you, Dom, for engineering our way out of this, and thank you for owning a beard.
Hey, you're welcome.
So today we're playing Phoenix Dawn Command as we.
But he is taking the Halloween
He's
tradition.
taking away the
Yeah.
cookies.
Oh,
That's all right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Those cookies I would describe as Halloween style. So we are playing Phoenix Dawn Command tonight, as we do every Saturday. And when you say we, you're like, wait, Sean, you don't usually play Phoenix Dawn Command. And I would say, what I do at home is none of your business, one. Two, I'm part of this channel, so I can still say we, even though it's generally Sax who does these things on Saturdays.
The royal we.
The royal we. So these are our players. We have a couple of guest players tonight in Teline and Justin, but we have our hardy core regular cast members, Chan and Michael, here tonight, who will anchor the ship in this craziness that is going to be Teline and Justin. Don't look at me like you're not an insane person, Teline.
I was not. I was preparing.
Oh, sorry.
Mentally.
Okay, sorry, because you are.
Yes?
It is difficult
You were
to
gonna
predict.
say
It
something?
is difficult to predict what is going to be said by Beans at any moment. I played in a game with Beans, and I just sat across at the other side of the table thinking, I don't know. I do not know what is happening there, but it is fun. So,
It's okay.
yeah. So we have Beans.
Beans!
Yeah. Introduce Beans. Talk about Beans for a minute.
Let me tell you about Beans. Beans is tough, hard drinking, hard playing, karate master, creator of fighting styles, loyal to the end, changer of accents, and tonight, creator of fun nicknames.
Oh,
Sweet.
So we got that
exactly.
to look
I am
forward
looking
to.
forward to that.
All right.
that's going to be really
Sweet.
good.
Man.
That introduction had a real wrestling vibe intro to it as
Yeah.
well, which I really liked. It felt like
Here comes Beans!
Y'all ready for this?
fireworks.
And then a little side thing in like a parking lot where Beans and the opponent run into each other and do a poorly acted.
Hey, Beans.
What are you doing in this parking lot?
I heard you were coming to the fight tonight.
You've been dating my girlfriend.
You might as well just get in the car and go back home.
You don't know me.
All
Let's take this into the ring.
right.
Okay. Despite that you just saw, they are on the same team.
Wingmates, you might say.
Wingmates.
Yes.
And Ink is our next wing.
Yes, I'm Michael Holmes. I'm playing Ink, the Shrouded, and if I might quote the R&B artist Jeremy, there is no we without you and I.
Yeah, I've been listening to that song a lot lately,
Yeah,
and I don't
stupid.
understand that at all, because I'm like, you don't know what letters are in the word we, do you?
No,
You
no,
don't?
get what you're going
No,
for.
like-
French, which
yeah.
means he's saying yes.
Yeah.
There's no
We.
You and I are in yes.
Yes.
But not we as a collective
Okay,
unit.
hold on, guys.
Oh, that's much deeper. I did not
I
even
like this
know
a lot because if there is no yes without you and I, then that could mean that there's a deep dissertation on consent.
No, it
there that
is.
he's
Believe me, I
talking
believe
about.
Jeremy is a big advocate of consent, but we can
Which I
discuss
love.
that later. Find me on Facebook, Michael Robert Holmes. No, I'm Ink the Shrouded. I'm kind of the generally rogue class, and currently I'm mostly just a disembodied cloak with two weird little eyes floating in space. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Wait a minute,
yeah.
are you a Pac-Man ghost?
I'm more like the Spectre from DC Comics, only with...
I was thinking Cloak and Dagger.
Let's go with
With
that.
Dabney Coleman?
I'm all of these things. Ink is
the
every
movie.
woman. Yeah. Wait, no. Anyway.
So Justin is playing Phoenix Dawn Command for his very first time. To make it easier on him, I decided to let him play an elemental named Sizzle, who you'll notice may be reminiscent at times of a character that he played on one of our other shows named Sizzlack. Sizzlack is dead and never coming back.
There were people who were willing to pay money to bring Sizzlack back from the dead.
And I wanted to
appreciate
make
that.
it clear to them that I am no capitalist, okay? What I care about is truth in storytelling. Justin will be back, but not as Sizzlack. Sizzlack is dead. But Sizzle is here, and you can describe Sizzle however you want. Phoenixes tend to transform as they die multiple times to move towards an idealized version of themselves. Ink is a great example of that. Our bitter Varya is another good example. She has been taking on more and more wolf-like, werewolf-like tendencies as she progresses along her ranks. So talk about Sizzle.
Well, I mean, since we're talking about people who are dying and coming back, this is definitely not going to be Sizzlack the Great the Third. But Sizzle is a born leader. Let's do this.
Let's happen.
Let's happen it. Which is a phrase that Sizzle learned in the afterlife from some kind of dragon-like creature. So Sizzle tonight will be played by Sizzle.
Can't wait.
My favorite thing that happened in season 1 of Dark Sun was the phrase, because Justin just, as a true improviser, just says things and doesn't really figure it out until it comes out of his
Nope.
mouth. And he accidentally said, "Let's happen it," trying to impart to the party that he wanted to do something.
Sizzlack's a born leader, and he knows that he's a leader, and he says leader-like things, such as "Let's happen it"
Yeah.
to rouse the party.
Yeah. And that was in no way a mistake on Justin's part, but was supposedly intentionally what Sizzlack was meaning to say.
Absolutely.
I would buy that.
Yeah, of
Naturally.
course,
That
because
sounds
it makes
correct
a lot
to
of sense. Let's happen it. That's a phrase that people use.
And what did we do afterwards? We happened it. So apparently it was correct.
That's true. Okay, so Sizzle is our elemental school representative tonight, and our last but not least is Chan playing Eerie.
Yeah. Eerie's a Forceful. It's a school that relies a lot on speed. You can think of him as like one of those little J-horror children with the creepy black eyes and the white skin and
The ring girl.
the ring girl. Yeah.
Samara, I think her name is.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
His talent is a meat hook at the end of a chain, and even if you don't see the chain or actually hear the sound of chains, like somewhere in the back of your head, you hear like chains just dragging along the ground whenever he's around. It's just a. It's
Well,
just
that's
a thing.
not disconcerting at all.
No, why would it be?
Excellent.
Always terrifying. Actually, that brings up a good question. What is your talent, Ink?
My talent is Dream Shadow, which is It's basically a bronze stylus, which is like a pen but without the tip, and Ink's attack is basically he just writes what he wants into existence.
Oh, nice. Kind of like what was that game?
Oh,
Sorry,
Okami.
Okami.
Yeah, Okami, yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Real cool. And I assume the hook and chain, you said that's your talent, right? Mm-hmm. And what is your talent, Beans?
Oh, Beans has a Roman-style short sword, but mostly uses our fists.
Great. And what would be Sizzlack's talent?
It's a Grimclaw.
That can be anything you want it to be.
Sweet. It's like a scythe, basically, but on the end of the scythe there's a morning star.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Got
Great.
it.
Yeah, the math checks out on that. That's a weapon that definitely exists.
Yeah, and it's got like fire markings all over it because that's kind of my thing.
Yeah,
Fire.
Lots of fire.
Love it.
Okay, so, you guys find yourselves back to back to back to back. It is
Begin?
incredibly dark, and the only thing that we see as we zoom in on the party are just legions of undead skeletons wearing armor, wielding swords, maces, whatever, and just swarming all over our party as they attempt to break free, create an opening to get to move up a hill that they see up a path that they see in front of them in what in I guess in D&D terms would be the Underdark. So one of you may be carrying a light source to make it easier for the others. Oh, right. Never mind. You are.
He is our light source.
He's your light source. So never mind. You're good. You can see, but you're trying to punch your way through to reach this goal. You see very clearly an undead commander that's commanding these troops that you're fighting through at this exact moment. So that's where we're going to start for the night. Let me find my things. And
I did not realize when I called him that he was going to send all those skeletons at us, guys. That was completely my bad.
Well, we're here
Boner
now.
means it has two different meanings.
Yeah, I did not see that.
so,
Yeah, I thought it was a compliment.
Okay, so
I don't like
who's-
those
How many
cards
cards
that
do
you
we
drew.
start with?
yeah,
5.
So make sure you
check
guys
your
are
cards
draw-
though, because I start with 6.
Yeah, there are
think you
some
do.
talents
yeah.
that can change the amount of cards you have, but the general thing is
Right.
you have 5 cards in your hand. Make sure. Oh, by the way, this is a one shot for me. I don't have to deal with the consequences of my actions tonight. So just keep in mind, I get to do what I want, and Sax has to
Do
clean
we
up
have
on-
to deal with the
Oh
consequences?
yeah,
of actions?
you all
right.
got to deal with that. But I'm
Great.
just saying, Sax is the one that has to clean this up later. So if anybody's curious, no, I don't have a long-term plan, and I don't think you should plan for long-term.
Sax, which Portland are you in? Oregon or Maine? There was a little confusion. Anyway, going on.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Oregon.
I think you might be right,
I saw the
but,
pictures. They looked Oregon-y.
but they also look kind of Maine-y.
Yeah, I mean green. I mean it's
They're
green in Maine. it's
basically
green
the
in
same
Portland,
place.
Yeah.
Oregon, I know.
All right, fine.
Let's wait for confirmation from Sax.
We're going back to Facebook Live, guys.
All right, sorry. So
I
anyway,
love the Facebook Live interface. I think that's what we should move to full time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Always
Stream
good
it
to have
always on
this
Facebook.
amount.
Okay, so who is taking the? Oh, I need to put down some.
right, we don't roll initiative or anything. Basically, we just pass around the torch until we each get a turn, and it can be whatever order we want.
Okay.
So that's a thing.
Okay, so here are our environmental objects in the area. So you see, there's actually rubble as if this at one point in time was a lived area, even though it's underground. You see an urn, a bust, a bench, a bridge, rusted weapons, a pit, and a banner. And
quick
you can make
question.
any of that mean what you want it to mean.
Quick question. So we're back to back to back, you said?
Yeah, right now you're just in
We're
a
just all
diamond
surrounded?
formation trying to protect yourself because you are completely surrounded
And
by
then,
these
but there's a
Bone Legion
dude up there
troops.
who's a leader
Who's
got
clearly
killed.
and
Evil Ash.
Evil Ash. You see, the one at the top actually has an arm with a spiked chain wrapped around it. And
That's like his actual arm.
yeah, I mean, it has an arm as well, but you
Oh,
see
it's
that
like
the
the thing
chain
on his
is
arm.
wrapped
Yeah, yeah.
around the arm.
Whatever.
Not that cool.
No, it's not that cool. So, who's taking the torch first?
What? Bam!
Beans.
Beans wants that banner.
Okay, so Beans grabs the banner.
Beans
Let's cross
grabs
that
the
one off.
banner. What I'm picturing in my head is like a long happy birthday, Sauron. Thanks for
Oh,
being a
boy.
great leader. We love you, all in one long banner made of a sturdy cloth.
Sure.
Hand painted,
Yeah, beautiful.
misspelled because they're undead.
But it's Sauron's birthday. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying this banner was created by the undead very recently?
Yes.
Okay,
The
great.
undead put up this banner
This
for a birthday
also
party
goes
that
back
we
to like
crashed.
exactly this. I think
Yeah.
this goes back to us, me saying something inappropriate at a birthday party.
Right.
Yeah.
We were at this birthday party, we were fitting in, we were mingling, and then you were like, it's nice being alive, and everyone turned.
Yeah, it's an awkward thing to say. At an
Isn't that right, Boner?
So you drew your card for that, right? So when you use an environmental object, you get to draw a card.
Oh,
All right.
now I'm going to use an environmental.
Do it. Yeah.
So-
it's fun.
What I do is I turn and I say, yo, Inktown, grab the end of this, yo. And then
What did you say? Say it again, because I didn't understand it.
yo, Inktown.
Grab
That's
the
my
end of this,
cool
yo.
nickname for him.
Oh, okay.
Grab the
Inktown.
end of this, yo.
Got it now. Sorry.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, unfortunately, this mission has been difficult for you because
No.
there's
Believe
been
me,
a lot of this.
ink is invested in just trying to have a good time, man.
Yeah. It's been communication has been difficult on this mission for you because you're catching a lot of like nicknames and like slang that you have not heard,
Yeah.
and the expectation is you should automatically understand it.
Sure. And sizzle is something else, man.
I don't know what that means, but I like it. I would rather be something else than something else.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have secure one end of this banner.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do I'm gonna make a bowling ball run where I just
Okay.
run through a big crowd and I circle around until I'm back at ink, and then I yank the banner real hard and it swipes them all up together, but I yank so hard that it pops their heads off.
Wow, that is.
They're undead. Their heads are barely attached.
Make me an attack spread.
Yes.
This is
Not that deck.
This is very.
Oh, I don't have
Star
that up
Wars.
now anymore. Yeah,
Best show ever.
best show ever.
We're doing well.
No, we are
We're
actually.
doing
Hey, one thing.
Dom, I'm gonna buy you a steak.
If you don't eat steak, we'll get you some tequila.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
This is
Dom.
called.
Or
callback.
if you're a vampire slayer, there are a lot of uses for a steak.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will literally get you a steak. I'm gonna go to Home Depot, get a dowel myself, take it to wood shop.
oops.
Ooh.
That
You
was
Okay.
should always carry some sort of sharpened object on you at all times.
Yeah, this isn't great.
Do you have any trades or
I
anything
don't.
you can bump that up with?
I really should have looked at that first.
You can burn
Wow.
sparks too to
You can
bump
always
those
burn
up.
sparks.
How does it work?
Yeah. I think it's just 1-to-1.
It's 1-to-1.
So basically, if you wanted to, you could burn 3 sparks to bump it up to 10, and that.
That would be more of a 10 is the magic number.
Well, I mean.
Well, no, there is no magic number for this. Literally, the higher the better. There are.
Yeah, so like what's a nat 20? Is there is
So there's a defense that you're aiming to get to, and I'll make sure that I'm not going to let you mess up on that. So I'll make sure that you're aware. But basically, for these mobs that are in your way, the Bone Legion, they have a defense of 4. So everything past that, you're gravy, and really you're just looking. Unless you want to take on the hundreds of them that are around you, you're really just looking to create space here. You're not,
Basically.
So I would say if you're talking about spending sparks, I wouldn't spend more than a couple of sparks if I were you.
So there's no like nat 20, but between talents and traits and just having like a good amount of high cards in your
Yeah.
hand, you can get a higher number.
All right, so you're going to spend 2 sparks.
Yeah, that'll put me up to 9.
Okay, 9. Great. So you carve out. You actually carve out a good pathway. And at this point, there's only one that's really standing in your way. So the rest of the party can actually can push their way through at this point with what you've done. You banner around, you grab them.
And
you,
I'm just, even if I
and then
don't
you
pop their
just-
heads off, yank them off.
No, they're skeletons. So yeah, sure, their heads go rolling.
Oh, I can see how Boner was offensive now. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, that-
Excellent. I did not.
You should have picked up on that way
Yeah,
sooner.
That was. oh.
So take your cards back, and now I've got. Okay, so Matt 510 gives Sizzle a free draw. Thank you, Matt.
Oh,
510.
thank you, Matt 510.
Nice.
I use it now or whenever I want.
whenever you want.
Yeah, whenever you want. Just hold on to it whenever you
I'm
need
gonna
it.
get these
draw a card.
Halloween-style cookies out of the way.
You should give me one.
Saphomo
Oh, nice.
activates Chan's flare. Which flare? Positive or negative? Is that? I think that means positive. Matt 510 adds a great big jar of Kank nectar. I love it.
Oh, Matt knows what I like.
Yeah, he does.
This is a Sizzlack favorite, by the way.
Yeah, it really is. So, for
I think I
those
know what
of
I'm
you
gonna grab.
who,
You just said roleplay flare.
Oh shit.
oh, that's the bad one.
That's the bad one.
yeah, that's the bad one. That sucks.
Yay!
Okay, so
We need to level up anyway.
Oh,
so,
man.
you know.
for anybody who isn't aware, in Dark Sun there's a drink called Kank Nectar, which is amazing.
It's
so
a bug
basically,
juice.
yeah. So imagine beetles that have glands on their underside, and they just collect the gland juice that drips off of the beetle's undersides, and then they ferment it and drink it, and
Yum.
that's Athos.
Like some sort of Beetlejuice.
Don't say it again. Don't say it again.
Okay, so big jar of Kank Nectar. So that's a new environmental object. Space Colonizer gives two free draws for each player.
Shit.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Wow.
Space
so
Colonizer.
everybody, yeah.
Just
So
throw 8 in there.
1, 2, 3,
Space
4,
Colonizer
5,
is another
6.
old friend.
Yeah, Space Colonizer has been active today, which is good. It's good to see him. He was real active in our Dark Sun stream as well. And then Matt 510 activates Bigger, Better Beans.
Oh boy.
I don't even know what that means, but
Boy,
I'm
that
excited to
was-
find out.
That was a
I don't know what
crazy
either
start
of
the
happened to
session.
either of you just now.
You'll see.
Okay, so there we go. Everybody's got their free draws. That was a lot. That was a good take. Thanks for the donations, guys.
Yeah,
we really
thanks.
appreciate it.
You guys are all right.
That's good. We
I don't
appreciate
care what
it.
everybody else says about it.
And by the way, they're gonna need it because my goal coming in was like, hey, Phoenix Dawn Command, deaths don't matter. There's literally zero consequence to death. There's nothing wrong with dying ever, right? We can all agree on that? Great, perfect.
Let's sort of generalize it.
The only bad thing I would say is that
Hold
two
on.
of our people.
Are you telling me there's areas of gray?
There might be a little moral ambiguity.
There's like,
Really?
I don't know, 47, 48, 50 shades.
Okay, so
around there.
So tell
Approximately
me
50
this.
shades.
Why would you just not die every time then?
Well, because you can only die 7 times.
Oh shit!
And then your spark goes into wherever the dusk, I think is what it's called in the cosmology of Phoenix Dawn Command. You don't know. That's okay.
yeah, pretty sure it is a dust.
I was told not to read beyond the player part of the book.
Well, I broke that rule because I'm a shrouded scholar.
Yeah, so that's
Reincarnation
one,
ends after
yeah,
7.
That's a cool thing.
Makes sense.
That's a cool thing about this
Well,
game is yes,
in
you
that
can die-
form, your spark might come back in another form later. Like one of the mythological things that we're dealing with our wing is that they have all existed before, and their reincarnation now in our forms means something, but even the higher ups don't really know what it means. So we got,
This shit's
No pressure.
on levels, dog.
I would say
Tiramisu.
yeah.
I would just say that at the end of the day, Phoenixes are lit AF. That's what I would
Lit
say.
AF are in.
Turned up.
They're turned up to 11. So
Fleek.
sure, they're mostly on fleek.
I would like to point out that this Kank Nectar was clearly there for the birthday party.
Yeah, there's no question about
Oh, yeah.
it. So who? So you've got the torch next.
Yes, so as Beans does her thing and kind of knocks some heads off them, what Ink's going to do rather, is I'm going to take my one end of the banner, stick Dream Shadow into the ground to anchor it, and I'm going to kind of get around a swath of them and then try and sweep them into the pit. Can I get a marker
nice.
real quick? That works too.
Look at that. That looks almost like an X.
Indeed.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn 2 big cards early. I'm using Intellect 5, and I can count this as
Oh,
Intellect.
dang.
So that's 10 right there. And I didn't flip that to become hidden, so I don't have a bonus. But that's okay, because that's 10, and that doesn't totally suck.
Okay,
And
so-
I actually should have drawn 3 more cards for this. So
Oh, that's right, because you start with 3 extra cards.
yes.
Okay, so at this point you've defeated almost a dozen of these, which is pretty good. There are so many more of them.
For sure.
But you've actually cleared out enough space now that in traditional kind of D&D type terms, you can move freely without opportunity attacks or issues like that. There's just a wide swath of open space that you can start running up the hill to get to this commander. And the reason, don't take that just yet, buddy. The reason that you the reason that you want to get this commander, as we flash back to your mission briefing, you've been told that there's been rumbling underneath the city, underneath the capital, physical rumbling. The city has been shaking for over a week now. The shaking has been on a predictable schedule, but has been getting stronger and stronger each day. Fissures have been opening up in the countryside where Bone Legion troops have been pouring out of. Something's going on down there. Scholars know that most of these Bone Legion can be killed, but they'll just come back. You can tear off their heads with birthday banners.
Sometimes you do things for your
way.
personal satisfaction.
I get it. As is the common tradition for killing, the Bone Legion, you tear off their heads with birthday banners, but they'll simply come back the next day. The only way to truly finish them off is by killing their commander. So, that's where you are. They have a speed of 2, so they're going to go before you do, Mr. Sizzle.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you guys cut such a wide swath that I think realistically the only thing they can do is kind of catch up. So they kind of swarm in on you guys again, but there is still a little bit of give for you to kind of run up the path. But at this point, they are once again on top of all 4 of you. They're right in melee with you. Okay. So you can go Sizzle if you want to take the torch.
Sure.
You have an idea what you want to do, or do you want to give it to Eerie?
Go for it.
Okay.
had an idea,
Is
but
the
I'm
flare
not
active now?
Flare's active right now.
Cool. Okay, so I am going to run for the urn, and I'm going to dive into it, and I'm going to hide. I am fucking terrified because I'm an 8-year-old boy surrounded by skeletons.
I get it.
What the ever-living fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I cannot begin to conceptualize thousands upon thousands of undead faces staring at me, wanting to drag me down to the depths with them.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that is I could conceive of to get
away
them,
from them.
from my view, other than just closing my eyes, which even at 8 years old, I
can do that
understand.
also.
That is not a good idea.
Oh.
I'm going to do it once I get into the urn.
Okay, good.
I feel at least marginally safer that there is a thing around me.
Did you draw a card, though?
Oh, I forgot to draw a card.
Get that card for us.
Excellent. That'll be useful for hiding.
Remind me what Creeping Cold does again. I've literally played it myself, but don't remember.
1 second.
That's okay. Okay. Also, thank you, Nightsteed, for those 3 redraws for the table.
What?
Woohoo! What do redraws do?
You can
Dump-
just get
dump
another
your
card.
whole hand or just one card?
The way we've been using it is just get another card.
Yeah,
So if
so
you
it's
get
just
nothing
draw
in your
one card.
hand, you can spend as many redraws as you want on a turn.
Yeah, it's actually, it can be real handy.
Yeah.
Okay, so. For the rest of the encounter, anyone that you do damage to gains the burning condition.
Oh, sweet. So I don't even have to add it.
No, you no longer have to spend your sparks to do that. If you use your Cursed trait, which is a card that's in your deck, then it becomes brutal damage. So look out for Cursed.
Okay.
That Cursed is brutal.
Brutal.
Exactly. So thank you so much for activating the flare, and also thank you
I
for the
missed
3
it a
table
lot.
redraws.
Nightsteed.
Nightsteed.
Woohoo!
All right. And Nightsteed, thank you for paladining your way into our hearts.
Aw,
So I guess it's me?
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
you.
Yep. It's
So,
you. Me.
Sizzle obviously sees that Kank Nectar's not being used by anyone during this battle. So he runs over and grabs that.
Okay,
Takes a
good.
Nice big chug of Kank Nectar.
That real viscous liquid.
Yeah. And then
Viscous.
after he downs it, sets it down, and at this point the path is kind of starting to be blocked again, right? Just lets out
Unfortunately.
an amazing belch, which he lights on fire as he does it.
Nice from the Kank
and
Nectar.
just scorches a path in front of us.
All right. Just, yeah.
You're
Gassy
way cooler
fellow.
than Kelvin.
Yeah. Oof. And he's going to go ahead and do that. And then you said they're 4s?
This is a second. Yeah, their defense is 4, so everything past 4 does damage. So you're doing damage. So you've already got 1 into.
And normally in an attack spread, you could only use intellect, but because you've got
I've
fire
got
and
this.
blood
I can
there,
use,
you can
so
use that.
Use this.
Absolutely. Always go big if you
And
can.
then hold on to these. 'Cause I could also use these.
I'd definitely say that one. Since she's got the thing where you can get sparks, I would almost be inclined
To use that?
yeah.
All right.
Okay, and I assume that lets you do more.
Yeah. So when I use that card,
Draw
I
one
can
card.
use a spark. Oh, I draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Sweet.
use it in an attack spread, you may burn any number of sparks up to half your rank and add
2.
3 to your attack. So burn 2 sparks and add 3 to
6.
that attack.
It's 3 per, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So 6
Per
total.
spark.
And
Sweet.
add
yeah.
3 to your
So-
attack for each spark.
Okay.
So-
6 plus 9, 10, so 16.
So okay, 16.
lot.
Okay, wow. Yeah,
It was
so
some good Kank Nectar.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good.
Let's happen it!
You can actually play another card if you want, because that incinerate doesn't count.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, his
Nope,
is
I'm
two.
wrong.
No. Right.
Yep.
So
You may have these,
very
and make sure
very
you-
well
These
done,
go
Sizzle.
back into the.
No,
just discard.
Discard, and then you
And-
shuffle them all back up.
Yeah.
Then
When
I
you
need to
run
draw
out,
to
you
make
just
sure I'm up
start
to
over.
5.
Correct.
Yep, get yourself up to 5, and then.
And everybody gets a spark from me for that
Uh,
combat round, right?
Oh, so
that's
when you end your round, everybody gets a spark,
Yeah.
basically. Has
End of
anybody
round
spent
or
a
end
spark?
end
I
of
have spent a
combat.
spark.
End of
Oh,
combat.
so it's end of the encounter then.
Is it end of the encounter or end of
No,
combat?
end of any combat scene.
Okay, so when the scene is over, then you'll all
Yeah,
regain a spark. So
so-
make sure you spend at least 1 spark, because why not?
Fine. I
Why
will.
not, is
Already
what I'm
did.
saying. Well, you could spend more.
Gonna.
This is a free country, at least for now. So.
Trying to figure, turn it.
Oh,
Okay,
did I
you
draw
have-
one for Kank Nectar?
Yeah, you need to make. Did you already? You know what? Don't worry about it, because you finish your turn at 5 anyway. So if you didn't draw one for Kank Nectar, you should have.
He
It
did.
wouldn't have.
Yeah,
it wouldn't
I
have
thought he
bigger.
did.
Okay, then you're good.
Okay.
Because you'll draw up to 5.
And
at
he
the end.
drew one for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're in good shape, Mr. Bub.
He's good.
At this point, once again, because of the huge, you just leveled everything in front of you. I can't make a good argument for them using their attack, so they start to close in again. But I mean, that was, you said 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say they're, maybe on you. They start to kind of get close up on you a little bit.
And I laugh in their faces.
But you're hidden, and you two are kind of behind Beans' back.
it's important to remember also that it's Big Beans.
Oh, that's right. Bigger, better beans.
Bigger, better beans.
Yeah. So you're really blocking them off.
So I freaking Hulk out. Whoa!
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected.
Cool. Anybody mind
Anybody
if I
can
take the torch? Okay, cool. So what Ink is going to do is, having seen Eerie kind of shift back into his true form, I'm going to run over. I'm going to kind of grab the bench as I go along. So I'm going to take a card for that.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to flip over Dream Shadow, which means I go all invisible style or cloaky style. And I'm going to kind of cordon us off so we're hidden. And I'm going to burn a spark for wound binding.
Great.
So now you've got a protective ward on you.
Why has everything gone black? Why can't I see anything?
It's okay.
What is going on
This
here?
weird
I
disembodied
wanna go
voice
home.
tells you.
Jesus
I'm
Christ!
really enjoying this cloak and dagger thing now that you're helping this little boy. Like, this is really starting to feel like the 80s.
Eerie, you haven't met me in this form, but trust me, I'm here to protect you. You. And it's a chorus of voices that's telling you this, which I'm sure is
Yeah.
super comforting.
Not helpful.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
making it better.
But
yeah.
basically this means now I can burn sparks to take wounds for you.
Nice.
Because that's a good set piece, I find.
Yeah, and it's also super helpful for Eerie.
And that's I'm good. That's
no
all
other
I wanna
spreads
do.
to make?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
Got
so
so many cards. I know.
yeah, that's the difference between his class and yours. So we've got 3 other people that can take the torch.
Who wants it? Bigger,
I
better
do.
beans?
All right.
I have a
Guys,
Bigger,
Bigger Better Beans is going to grab these rusted weapons.
Okay, great.
Here's what bigger, better Beans is gonna do. First of all, gonna glare at some skeletons because they're gonna have to wait for a second. And then what I'm gonna do is, like Bugs Bunny style, I'm gonna throw these rusted weapons into the air, and they're gonna come down around Ink and Eerie and form a fence.
Oh, nice. So you're going to build a wall.
Yeah.
Great.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna make
Huge.
Mexico pay for it.
Huge.
A huge wall of
rusted
rusted
weapons.
weapons.
I'm gonna make the Dread pay for it. It's gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be the best wall.
Yes.
If we ever did build a wall, it would basically just be a bunch of rusted metal. It would be such a joke. Because Americans can't build anything anyway.
We'd get it at Walmart.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so make me a spread for your rusted weapon wall.
So here's my question.
Okay.
Does this count as a combat skill or an athletics skill? And it's not, we're in combat, so this wouldn't work, right?
Right, that's just for skill spreads.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I have let people make skill. You can make a skill spread in combat if you want to do that. But you're gonna make me an argument if you want to do that.
Well, my argument is just that it takes immense amounts of precise aim
Okay.
in throwing these for these to land.
Do you have a skill that would apply for?
Yeah. Remember when I killed all those wolves?
No, I don't. But please go ahead.
It was me and 3 babies.
Okay, great. This doesn't ring a bell. It doesn't
No?
sound familiar
Okay,
at all.
gonna
No.
keep going.
Please spend a lot of time
I'm
describing
gonna
this,
spend.
because I don't remember.
There
it.
was a 3-month-old baby.
Okay.
And a 6-month-old baby.
Okay.
And a 9-month-old baby.
Okay, that's a good pattern.
200 wolves.
Okay, got it. 200 wolves.
By the way, are you saying this as we're...
Yeah,
Yes.
this is happening.
Okay,
in the
yeah.
middle.
Because
There's-
Sizzlack
Right in
is
the middle.
very into this.
Beans
is
has
amazing.
no internal monologue.
Sizzlack just sat down.
Everything comes out the mouth.
This is our Sizzle. Sorry.
Sizzle, of course.
Is
That's
it
not
children
Sizzlack.
from 3 different mothers?
There were children from 3 different mothers.
They would have to be at that age.
and
Yeah, good point. I didn't.
and
think
it
about
was
that.
just
Why
me
would
and
3
3
separate women leave their babies with this person?
I'm very
It was a
trustworthy.
babysitting area.
babysitting area. What a
In order to protect the
Interesting
babies
phrase.
from all of these wolves, I had to land precision karate chops
Right.
on all their necks, breaking each one individually.
Wow, this is very
breaking
fascinating.
This
the
is-
necks of hundreds of wolves.
Hundreds of wolves. This is where I perfected my aiming skills.
Okay. Is that one of your 4 skills on your skill specialty card?
No.
Okay.
Athletics is, though.
Athletics? Okay, I'll
I would
buy
argue
athletics.
war.
You would say war?
Yeah, war
Maybe.
or athletics for sure. I
I
mean,
feel
they're-
like athletics, because this is kind of like I'm doing like
you're javelining.
I'm javelin,
Sure.
like
sure.
a
Go
bunch of
ahead and-
javelins.
all right, go ahead and make me a spread. for
You
that.
trained after karate school and track and field.
Yeah, karate.
Karate.
Karate. I really hope that you had a plan beyond that amazing story. By the way, like
3.
3. That's a total. Really? God damn it.
I get to build skill specialties out of grace cards, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
You also have so many cards.
I know.
How did you get so many cards?
Because I drew one for using that, and I have 6 in my hand normally.
Great. Great. Love it.
I get to use. Okay. Okay, I have this other one. Not this one.
Not
There's
this
not
one. Not
this
this
one.
one. Not this one. I see a lot of grace cards. I see a couple
I
of
don't
grace
know.
cards. I don't know about a lot.
No, I know what's going on. I picked up my deck. I
Ah.
was like,
Oh,
what?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Take
why
that
I
one
was
back.
like, yeah, sorry.
all
I was
right.
like, where's the card that I knew I was going to use? Here it
That's
is.
why, because she was playing the game wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
I was like, you do have a lot of cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this seems, anyway.
All right. So the card you're using is
This one.
Valiant.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Kind of defending your friends.
Right. So I can add my current health level to the value of the card.
Shit, so that's...
I can burn 1 spark to make the target attack me on its next action, but the target is everyone.
Is the whole mob of creatures.
And aren't they
yeah.
already sort of...
Well, I mean, they could attack anybody at this point. So if you burn the spark, then they can only attack you.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No. Okay.
Smart.
Okay.
I mean, if the wall works, you won't have to worry about it.
So that means that this is 1 plus 6 plus 4 is 10, and I get to add another card. Might as well just be this one for 14.
And then are you adding
15.
your skill specialty into that?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
That includes the bigger, better beans.
Bigger, better beans!
What does that mean?
She gets to use 1 extra card in the spread.
Damn, so
Okay,
23.
So it's
23.
Yeah.
plus 8.
Beans friggin' hulks out, grabs a bunch of rusted weapons in a move that causes even the undead jaws to drop.
The jaws actually drop out of their
Yeah, just
shoulders.
fall
Right,
onto
yeah,
the
yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
Tosses rusted weapons into the air. They land in a precision circle around Inky and create a fence.
Yeah, so you've actually got this rusted weapon wall
Yeah.
that's now blocking you. That's blocking Ink, and actually, just so happens, everybody else on the other side of this wall. And you think that probably these undead can eventually get through this
Yes,
wall,
they're
but
rusted.
so they can break through these, without too much difficulty. But it's going to take a little bit of time. In the meantime, you've protected all 3 of your friends behind a wall, and on the other side of the wall is your friends, and then the path going up to the commander.
Sweet.
Snaps.
You are on the other side of the wall, though. You're on
Bring
the
it.
unsafe side of the wall.
It's where I belong in danger zone.
So I can see us. So the 3 of us are on one side with the path and the one dude.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the wall
Is
is
Beans.
Beans with
And the army
rest
of
of
the
the
With
undead.
the
army.
Legion, yeah.
Got it.
yeah,
Sweet.
Yeah,
Legion
exactly.
of Bones.
The Legion of Bones. So that's that. Well, I guess at this point the Legion of Bones has to attack you, Beans.
They really do.
They
Bring
have no
it.
choice.
You
Okay.
know what? I really should shuffle these. Good. I picked them up and thought they were my hand.
I'm gonna make this
I get
somewhat.
my discards face up
let's
that way,
let's
I
make
remember.
this somewhat fair, because how
I'm the
many of
first
those
out, like
can
that's
actually fit around you? I'm gonna say, realistically, I think 6 of them could fit around you.
All right.
So they're just gonna try and overwhelm you by attacking with a value of 8.
Okay. Well, as Ink realizes that the rest of the wing is in safe territory, he's like, Beans, put your trousers up.
Oh no! Did they fall down
It
again?
was, no, be careful. So I'm adding 3 to your spread.
All right,
So can
you're
you do
already
that
at
kind of
3.
stuff whenever you want?
No, but just because I drew that card, and then it goes in my
Gotcha,
discard
but like
pile.
if there's a card that says something like you can
Yeah,
play
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
to help an
Unless
ally.
there's specific conditions on the card, you can use it any time.
Okay.
So that's plus
I'm
3.
building a defense right now out of what's left in my hand, correct?
Yes, exactly. Do you have any grace? Okay, so you're looking at a 5 total right now.
Yes.
Glad I threw that in then.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to go ahead and do, well, let's see if they hit me. They hit me, right?
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Now I'm going to hit this. You may flip this card when you're struck by attack. If you do, double your endurance against that attack.
Oh, so you have double your endurance against this. So your endurance normally is what, 3 for endurance? Correct?
2. I
Flip it
think.
over?
This one?
No,
the
the
other one.
Durant
Top one.
card?
There you go.
No.
3.
3.
So now it's
that's what I
6.
thought.
So now it's 6.
Wow.
Stuff on the other side of this
So
card? Cool.
5.
Some flavor text.
So they
if
do
you will.
actually do 1 damage to you.
I'm now going to use my other skill, which is that,
You're gonna reduce it by 1.
yeah,
Yep. I think it
It
costs
says-
2 sparks to do that.
yeah, here it is.
So the way I see it going down is I yell that out, and you literally bend over like your pants have fallen down,
Yeah.
and they're all like,
They just miss,
Right.
miss.
and you pop back up, and they're like, huh?
It's just a saying. Okay, so good job with that defense spread. Take your grace card back. And who takes the torch next?
I do.
All right, Eerie's up.
Terrified by all the rusted weapons raining out of the sky,
Yeah.
all
around you.
Eerie flips the fuck out and hops over the fence and goes tearing off in terror, running towards the massive bone.
Running towards the mass of the
Yeah,
Legion of
he's
Bones.
kind of he's kind of
okay.
terrified.
Great.
So.
Okay. Is Eerie making an attack spread doing that?
He's an 8-year-old boy.
Oh, no.
Why would an 8-year-old boy try and
So,
attack a
so
bunch
why are
of
you running towards the
skeletons?
skeletons and not away from
Well,
them?
he's trying to run away. He sees he hops over a fence like you normally would, as an 8-year-old boy, he's trying to run from things. Usually, it's the safety's on the other side of the fence. He runs and finds himself smack dab in the middle of a bunch of skeletons.
I appreciate this. I like this.
No,
What is happening?
fan of this.
Oh God!
Wow.
This is like every
Awesome.
nightmare.
My
I've ever
awesome
had.
weapon
Where's
fence
this
immediately
bridge?
defeated. by
So the bridge.
I got a
is-
plan. Don't
Okay,
worry.
so if you
All right.
if you imagine the area that you're on, leading up to the path, there's a bridge just off to the side that leads off to a different pathway that just goes off into the caverns.
Gotcha.
So there's a bridge right there just to the side of you.
Okay.
Or should the bridge be somewhere else? I mean, you can just describe it as. These are all very vague.
Are
so
you under
if
the
you have an
bridge
idea,
downtown?
If you have an idea of how
always.
you'd like to use it, then narratively, I would love to use it differently. If you've got an
Okay.
idea.
Well, I'm imagining that the Legion of Bones are on the bridge.
Oh, on the bridge. Yeah, that's great. That's even more cinematic
Okay,
anyway.
sweet. So you're running towards them, and I scream out, "Hey, boy, don't run that way!" Oh shit!
Good start.
And then I just lob a fireball at the bridge and to singe the edges of the bridge so it collapses.
Okay, great.
So-
Make me a skill spread for that.
Skill spread?
Yeah,
Sweet.
I think destruction
Or fire.
or fire. Yeah, fire.
So you automatically get 5 for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you start at 5.
So I'll start at 5.
And if you, if you
And I
want
need to
that
use
be-
intellect for that, right?
You do, but I'm also happy to let it be an attack spread too. If you have cards that apply to an attack spread, then I'm happy to let you make an attack spread instead of a skill spread if you would like.
Gotcha. But I would only get the 5 if it's
If it's a skill
spread.
Exactly.
So,
it's up to
I've
you.
got to have something that's better than that for an attack
Exactly.
spread. Gotcha.
Which may be the case. And sometimes you've got cards that can give you a pretty huge boost.
Yeah, I've got one that does the same thing, basically. Makes it a 5. But we'll use this guy. We're going to use this guy. When you use this card in a spread, draw 2 cards. Put one of those back at the top of the deck.
Nice. Resourceful. Keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Also,
This guy down.
I will find a way to make that happen, Dom. If they still care.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yes.
And then-
They would give me.
Sure.
Dance party?
Dance party.
I'm going to use...
Yeah, they said, is there a way to kill
Now, does
Beans
this
without
count as
giving
one of my
Beans
2?
a chance to
No.
defend herself?
Okay.
I said, yes, absolutely. We can
And would
make
this
that
count as
happen.
one of my 2?
No.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You
So
can
I'm
throw
gonna
down
use
as many traits as you can
that.
logically apply.
Yep.
And that, I may burn 1 spark and add 4 to the value of this spread.
So burn that
So
spark,
there's a
baby.
spark.
So
And then-
Astonishing Luck doesn't really require much of a justification. What about Resourceful?
That allowed him to draw the card to actually get astonishing.
Yeah. So what's the flavor text on Resourceful? Because usually it'll have like a question at the bottom that kind of
Oh.
makes you justify it a little bit. And to be honest, I'm super flexible.
You
with
excel
that,
at
so.
finding creative solutions and overcoming limited resources.
Like
How can you
burning a
get the
bridge
most
down.
out of what you have available?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna burn a bridge down.
Yeah, Sizzlack is actually one to burn bridges. Now that I think
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Sizzle, sorry.
Sizzle.
Sizzle. Yeah,
Sizzle
this
has
is
been
a
known to-
vastly different character.
He's been known to burn a bridge or 2. And then.
Now you said he could use fire from the skill specialties from this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5. We've got 5 there.
10,
14.
15 for the 1 on, right? With resourceful, it counts as 1 still, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you get the one for the trait cards.
Yeah, I think it's one
just
or the
you
other.
just use
Okay,
them.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
you could actually use Resourceful as just a straight suit card. I
no,
think, but I don't think
it's
you'd want to
fine.
do that.
Yeah, I don't.
But you could burn a spark to make it 15. And here's the thing about Phoenix Dawn Command: those 5 spots matter.
They really
so
do.
like 5 is exponentially better than a 4. 9 is not nearly as good as a 10.
Sweet, just spent it.
All right, so you're at 15.
Uh-huh.
All right, so the
Action. And then wait, with that's a successful attack, right?
absolutely.
So on that last spark, I burned to add a burning condition to your target.
Okay, so
I just
the
want to
bridge-
make sure that bridge
Isn't
is
he-
very much.
Oh,
isn't
you
that
don't even have to
activated?
do that though, because
Oh,
you
right, because
have
I'm
the-
activated all the
it's
time.
activated
now.
right now.
Sweet. So that bridge is burning.
the bridge, well,
Draw back up.
the bridge is destroyed. So you destroy the back half of the bridge toward which Eerie is running, and Eerie, you get knocked back from the force of this blast like 10 feet, which is, you're a phoenix, so it's not really very common for things to like physically impact you that much. Like a regular human probably would have been thrown 100 yards and dead, but instead for you it knocked you back 10 feet, which is still pretty impressive. And you just kind of find yourself standing up, shaking your head. You have tinnitus for a minute because of the ridiculous explosion you were just walking towards, and you notice that the bridge is now destroyed, and
I'm also singing while that's happening. I'm singing.
that's weird.
We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
Right. Unfortunately, at this point,
Can Sizzle just be here every week? Because I love you.
it's real unfortunate, but the Bone Legion is now trapped on the other side of the bridge and just can't really get to you guys.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Darn.
Where am I?
You're on the safe side. Yeah, no. So so there's the bridge and then the wall that you built here, and he just blew up the bridge.
Nice.
So here's the wall.
And that's the end of that combat scene, right? So everybody take a spark.
Well, no,
No,
because
we
we
still
still
got-
have the.
You still have
Gotta
the
go to the
commander
main
at the top
dude.
of the hill.
I
yeah.
see 2 cards we're gonna have to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm peeking.
Yeah, you. Of course, no metagaming here.
No. Is it their turn or is it our turn?
It's our turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody mind?
Go
Okay.
to town.
So with Eerie having run away and the bridge catching on fire and Beans kind of just narrowly escaping being pummeled by the undead, Ink is going to seize this opportunity in the heat of battle, pun intended, to run up to the Bone Commander and try and take him down.
Do it.
of
So
course.
there's this shadow kind of flitting through the Bone
Bang,
Legion
bang,
that are
bang,
coming
bang,
down,
bang.
yeah. And there's a presence that appears right in front of the Bone Commander's face that he can't quite make out, but it says, "Happy birthday!"
Oh no.
So since I'm
Oh, this is
hidden,
the best.
I get a +4 with Dream Shadow, but as soon as I attack, I'm not hidden. But
Right.
there's 4 right there. I'm using that as intellect, so that's 9. There's 13. And then I'm using Astonishing Luck to bump that up to 17.
Okay, bump it up to 17. Okay, so
And yeah, as soon as I say happy birthday and kind of scrawl that in weird runes across his face and he feels pain because of it, I appear.
It's like jumping out of a cake. I like it.
That is just like jumping out of a cake.
Okay.
I've had burning sensations from that.
All right. Unfortunately, you're only able to get 1 wound, knock out 1 of its health levels
Jeebus.
with that attack. It's got a defense of 8, FYI.
All right.
But as you hit it, you can tell that there was perhaps nothing you could have said more upsetting to it than to wish it a happy birthday. Because not only was this whole birthday celebration going on, but this Bone Commander, Bone Champion, isn't one to make a big deal out of his birthday.
Oh, he hates it.
So he does
He
not.
hates that his minions
Yeah.
put together this party.
Yeah, it's like just one of those people. It's like I didn't even want to remember this day. All right, I just wanted to have a normal bone day.
I'm not even supposed to be here, man.
Yeah. Instead, I have to have some bone cake with my bone coworkers, and I just hate it.
You don't want to be reminded of the big 4-0-0.
Yeah, the big 400 is a tough one.
Oh.
So as Ink does that, you actually see a ghostly figure appear, and so this Bone Commander is not actually the commander of this unit, but this ghostly figure clearly is, because much more decorated and impressive, and you can just tell through force of personality, force of charisma, force of will, that this ghostly figure, this ghost, was in life a phoenix and was probably very powerful.
Crap, wait.
So that is
Important
your true
question.
target. Go ahead.
If we kill the birthday boy, does that take out the other bone dudes? No, or we have to kill...
No, this
Shimmer.
birthday boy is kind of worthless.
He's second in command.
second in command.
Gosh darn
yeah.
it.
So it's not the real target after all.
Well,
But I mean, he's still a target.
Absolutely, he's going to be harrying you the entire fight. It's
Yeah.
going to be very difficult.
So Sizzle, that's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah.
Sizzle looks up and sees this "Happy Birthday" being written on the Bone Commander's face,
right across his face.
and goes and takes this bust, lights it on fire, and then throws it at the Bone Commander, screaming, "Make a wish!"
So you throw a flaming half statue at the bone champion.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Make me an attack spread.
Bam, your attack spread. Hey,
Oh, zing.
These are the jokes, people.
A
This is
5
what you came here
when
for.
it's used. Oh, do I need to read this one? Oh, nice. Hunters include both those who stalk the beasts of the wild and those who track fugitives and criminals. What were you trained to hunt?
What
Good
was
times.
Sizzlack trained to hunt?
Sizzle?
Yeah, what was Sizzle trained to hunt?
I just said good times.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Oh, so, well, okay, that kind of makes sense then, I guess.
accurate.
I'm going to ruin this birthday party.
Yeah.
Hunting good times.
Party.
And then gonna burn. It's already going on. So
It's already,
it's already
gonna be
doing burning
burning.
condition. So
Yep.
that's 5, 9 plus 5, 14
Okay.
with burning.
You didn't take any damage, did you?
Great. So that's a second wound to the Bone Champion. Oh boy, this Bone Champion has a lot of health, guys. A lot of health. So I don't know if you caught this as you left, but a ghostly figure appeared, which is very clearly a phoenix. You can tell just by the force of personality, the force of will that other phoenixes have. You're like, oh, this was a phoenix in life. The phoenix is actually the commander. This Bone Champion is something different altogether. Second in command, and isn't going to destroy these legions that have been attacking. The capital this whole time.
Still
Is
in the
he
way.
a
what I
ghost
said.
or like?
Yes.
this-
Yeah, it's incorporeal. You can. I mean, I don't know if you guys have fought ghosts before or incorporeal
No.
I
type
have
things.
not fought a ghost.
You. Then who knows what's gonna happen? I
I'll
guess.
tell you, I learned something once. Ghosts are afraid of wolves.
Really?
Found this out on a pirate ship.
That can't be true. Anybody who thinks that would be a moron.
Found that out once.
Yeah,
with
that
this
can't.
guy.
Yeah, no, that would be a dumb thing to say.
Well, it turned out to be true, sort of.
Yeah, canonically it was true. So yeah, that's the deal. This ghostly figure, this dead phoenix, seems to be actually what's going to cripple the Bone Legion.
Well, I'm down at the bottom of this hill, and while I'm certainly going to eventually run up the hill,
Sure.
I see shiny, glimmery former phoenix thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw this sword right through its face.
All right.
I begin with killer instincts.
Okay.
I draw one card when I use this in a spread. If I use it in an attack spread, I deal brutal damage until the end of the round.
Nice.
Was I raised a soldier or assassin? Yes, I was.
Oh, not or, both. That makes sense. Beans is everything to all people.
And
Nice.
because it's bigger, better beans, actually, no.
You can draw a card too. You've got your things.
What?
You can use your
I
things to
did.
draw cards.
I did already.
No, your tokens. You can use them whenever you want, right?
Oh, these?
Yeah,
Oh, your token redraws,
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, do I have to discard something?
No.
No, you just
No.
get an extra card.
You just there you go. You get a card.
Well,
We've also got
bam!
those 3 table ones.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucked. Well, bam again!
All right, yeah, you're just gonna use them. Love it.
Oh, that was
Can't leave 'em on the table.
worthless.
And you know what? Hey, there's 3 more.
No, I'm done wasting those.
All right, so there's your 3 to the spread. So that is a total of 5, 6 plus 5 is 11. 11?
16.
You get +5 from that one?
This
This
is,
is 5, doesn't it?
No, this is brutal damage.
Oh, it does brutal damage.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Okay.
What does that do?
So brutal damage just rounds up essentially as you go from health levels. So like for you, when I mentioned if they did 5 damage to you, that would do normally it would do 2 wounds, but it would do 3 instead if it's brutal because it just rounds up as if it was 6.
Got
it. Here's the problem. So you throw your talon at this thing, and it was a Gladius, right?
Yeah.
Gladius and Killer Instinct right between its eyes.
Uh-oh.
Just
Right through its eyes.
And I
right
say,
between its eyes. And
look at this! That was lame, but I'm going with it.
What happened to the nicknames?
hey, what happened?
Yeah, I still have
Right,
one.
okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
Look at this, Shiny McShinerson!
great, solid nickname. That's
Yeah.
very
Silver
clear.
Buck.
Everybody knows who it's referring to.
Yes.
That's a solid nickname. Your talon passes right through it.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
And you realize that actually, Ink, you've actually read somewhere that the only way that you're going to be able to take out this commander is if you can somehow replicate, not perfectly, but if you can somehow replicate the circumstances of their original death.
Oh my gosh!
There's
So
Oh
you
my
have to
gosh.
bring
Sure.
some sort of reminiscent something to that. So you've got to figure out. You've got to be able
See,
to
that's
figure out first
psychometry,
what their-
baby. Yeah.
Oh.
What is that?
Psychometry. Basically, I touch things and I know their history.
Oh.
No.
Ugh.
God.
You're like,
What?
take it back.
I instantly regret my decision.
I don't understand. What's the matter? What'd you see? This wasn't last week, was it?
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sean, can you grab me the last of them?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that I think. Attaboy. Get you a Coke.
Caffeine. Kank nectar.
Yeah.
Tank nectar.
Beautiful
Kook.
tank
Yeah,
nectar.
this stuff doesn't even work. This ad stuff. Kook. Like kook. Like kook.
I think though before you can go, I think it needs to go.
No,
so,
sure.
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So this phoenix actually this old Durant phoenix pulls out a bow and just knocks a couple of arrows and fires a couple of arrows.
Oh boy.
So this is going to be an attack 14. It's going to be on Ink and also on Beans. So attack 14.
So I have +2 to defense, so that means I start
There you
with
go.
2.
You start with 2. Yeah.
All right. I can do using my trait, which is untouchable, so that adds +5. So there's 7. I can do 12. I'm gonna burn a couple. Oh no, because you can't
Not
burn
on
sparks on a
defense.
defensive spread. So yeah, I do 12.
What about
12
this?
is real good though.
Yep.
If I discard this, I may add 3 to a wingmate spread.
So make it 12, 15, right?
If you want me to take the wounds, or if you want me to not take wounds.
Yeah. So
Well, this doesn't do me any good.
All
yeah,
right.
you can't use it on yourself.
Great. So there
Might
we
as well
go.
Use it. All right. So you're able to dodge. This arrow is it's this thick, which is
Sure.
a thick arrow, just speeding through the air, and you're just barely able to dodge it. And maybe it actually does hit you, but you have this weird amorphous form that
Yeah.
you're just able to shrug it off because ink is.
I write a brief essay about how it passed through me.
I'm
And
gonna
now Beans.
Okay, I'm going to begin with this. When you use this card in a defense spread, you may burn 2 spark and gain a temporary health level with a value of 4. This remains until it's removed by damage or the end of the scene.
Okay, great.
So that's upping my life. That's 4 above my points.
So
I'm
you have
guessing?
no.
you have essentially 1 extra hit point. That takes 4 damage to knock off.
Time out real quick though,
What?
because you've dedicated these sparks to devoted bond. Once these are gone, does that mean you're gone?
I don't know why you guys aren't taking these.
Because we're dummies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. What that does.
Yeah, so
You
definitely.
give me one of these back, and then you draw 2 cards or take 2
So
sparks.
the answer to that is yes, but also you can help out and fix that. Maybe.
All right.
Here,
Well,
why don't I
It
give
has
you
to
one
be
of
your
those?
turn.
Well,
yeah.
That's okay. As soon as this finishes, then it will soon be someone's turn. So
So you just need to burn
For
2
2.
sparks.
So you basically have a floating. You have a floating wound right now that's worth 4. Okay.
all right, I got you.
Yeah.
I need cards anyway.
Okay. And then I'm still... Ugh. I guess I have to do this. So I'm starting with 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I mean, you return 2 sparks on that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's...
Okay, so you're at 9.
And then it's plus this one. I don't know how that will figure in.
I don't think it adds anything other than the health level it gives, right?
Okay.
It doesn't add to the spread, unless it says it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus, what do you get for defense from your Talon?
2.
Okay, so 9. 9. Okay, so you are looking at 11 damage coming in on you.
What?
Yeah, for real. So your first one is 4, so that takes out that, and you have 7 more damage coming in on you. Your health, your threshold is 3, so you have 2 more wounds. So basically, you take 2 wounds off of what you got in front of you,
Okay.
which is not bad actually.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's a huge attack to have taken only.
No, I can't.
Yeah, because it would expire you. So you've got to take both of them.
Damn it.
It's all right.
Here's the thing: if something like that hits any of them, much worse. You're very hardy. That's crazy.
I know. That's how I am.
But unfortunately, you guys don't know how to harm this thing yet. So that's the biggest issue you've got in front of you.
Yet. There's that word.
There you go. Okay, so
Okay, so-
who's the Bone Champion? Let's see. The Bone Champion is going to. It's going to focus on. Let's see. Who has any cards in their hand? It's going to focus on you.
All right.
All right.
That's fine. I told it to make a wish.
Okay.
Threw a burning bust at it.
Sure.
Make a wish.
Sure.
Should have said blow this out.
Oh,
this is on
no.
fire.
Opportunity lost.
Son of a... This 8-year-old child. Ugh.
I'm terrified, but
Zing.
hold on. I've got a zinger that you should use next time.
Wait, oh, hold on. So I said make. What I said was make a wish. What I meant to say was, hey, blow this out. Yeah, come at me, big boy.
Okay, so this is going to be all or nothing. It's going to be an attack of 12. So what that means is if you can't hit a defense of 12, don't bother trying. So don't waste cards unless you can get to 12.
Gotcha.
Whereas, like, for other attacks, it makes sense to go to 7 or 8 because it can reduce the amount of damage you're taking.
So if I take this whole thing, how many of these do I lose?
That is a great question, Justin. Solid question. Very good question.
He's not going to answer your question.
Excellent.
What? He is a keen observer of social behavior.
I'm sorry, what I meant to say was, still scared.
There we go. That's what I wanted
What's
to hear
happening?
from Eerie. So the question.
Grudge Kid's creeping back in. It's okay.
It has a giant hammer that it looks like it's just bearing down to. It dashes over to you very quickly. Oh, you're getting serious here.
Are you,
All right. So, yeah, it dashes over to hit you with the hammer.
Okay, now I use Grace for defense.
Correct. And you're allowed to use 2 cards, but they have to be Grace.
But I can also use
If you have traits.
traits, right?
Yeah, if you have traits that apply. This is not your strong suit as an elemental.
Yeah. So
ugh. What a pain in my... Where did that arrow hit me?
In your beans.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Not in my veins!
Ouch.
I'm not sure anatomically what that refers to.
It means well,
Like
you're,
everywhere
you're
is your
bean,
beans,
so it,
isn't
it?
it hits you
Yeah.
in your everywhere.
It hits you in your spacesuit area.
so I need to make 12.
You need to make 12.
Suit area.
If you can make 12, then you'll avoid this entirely. But if you make 11, then it hits you 100%.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro.
So should I try to use this and these? I mean, that's still half.
Well, technically you're only supposed to use 2 grace cards for your defense, which would put you, with what I'm looking at now, at a total of 6. Let's see what
Yeah.
this one does. No, hold on to that because I'm sure that's gonna come out somewhere.
All right, fine.
But you can also use intellect card. No, I take that back.
No, I can't. That's fine. Strike me.
All right, you take 5 damage and you're stunned.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so what that means...
Hold on.
Go ahead.
When I'm struck by an attack, I may burn 2 sparks to give the attacker 1 burning condition.
Take sparks from her.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to give you a spark.
Thank you. And that
I
means you
get
can draw
2
2 cards or pull 2 sparks.
And yeah, get your 2 sparks back, baby.
You can be or.
Oh,
or?
sorry.
Yeah.
Or.
You choose.
Then I'll. Well, I think cards are probably more important to me right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what that means when you're stunned is your spreads are 1 lower.
Which sucks.
It sucks a lot.
Yeah.
It sucks
Got it.
a lot. Okay.
Cool.
So that's, I think you wanted to take the torch next, right?
I do.
But I also, whenever you're injured, you regain 2 sparks for each wound you suffer.
So you get 4 sparks back.
So I guess 4 sparks back.
That's all your sparks?
Yeah.
All right. Ink's going to do a bunch of things because
Sparked
the
up.
situations of the combat have changed.
It's
so,
real tough, yeah.
how does that work?
I take 1, and then you can choose 2 cards or 2 sparks.
So you haven't spent any sparks yet, correct?
No, I've spent a few.
Okay, so you can get those back then.
Yeah, I'll take a couple of sparks. And I'm actually going to spend one of these right now to put a wound binding on Sizzle here,
Okay.
which means I can burn sparks to take his wounds, since obviously he's not the
I'm
best
not
party guest.
shielded anymore.
No. No, I can still do it on you too.
You're still okay.
But so I'm like, don't go anywhere, and then I kind of
I'm stunned. I don't even know what you said to me.
flit shadow-like over to the ghostly phoenix, and
okay.
I'm going to use
Psychometry.
psychometry and burn 2 sparks to figure out what the fuck's going on with him
Okay.
or
so
her or it.
So you know her history.
Okay.
So you see this really beefy Durant Phoenix, and you get visions of this Durant, clearly well decorated veteran. Back during the Civil Wars, you see this Durant is given the orders to hold a position, hold this position, and the Durant actually even uses her forces to push back, and they're actually able to push the lines forward, despite being told, at best, hold this for a day or two, and instead she's pushing forward. Eventually, the opposing side's forces are just too much, and there's just no way. And she, so her troops are retreating, and at one point she gets encircled, and she's cut off from all of her other troops, and she's got her bow surrounded by troops, and she's just arrow after arrow, just destroying enemy forces. And just as it looks like she's about to be killed and she's about to expire, one of the lines behind her breaks, and half a dozen of her troops come in to rescue her. And at this point, though, she is bloody and broken. You know, she's taking attacks, dodging away, taking more shots with her bow, but it's clear that her wounds are unable to be fixed.
Okay.
And she pushes her friends away, tells them to leave, and as they're leaving, she reaches down to her side to grab some arrows, and she realizes that she is out of arrows. She's got a dagger on her side, but you can tell this is not her training. And she just looks back at her friends and asks them to give her some help. One of them throws her what they have, and they throw her 7 arrows. She takes them, puts them in, and just...
For a second, I thought the 7 arrows, stuck in her and killed her.
Oh, yeah,
I was
right.
like, whoops.
We have no arrows. Oh shit.
She
Dear
takes the
Phoenix
7
Dawn
arrows,
Command.
backs herself up against a stone wall, waits for the opposing forces to come, and the only thing that anybody knows is that she was found dead with 7 corpses in front of her, all arrows right in front.
So, Beans, fall back.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Beantown, fall back.
You got it, Inksicle.
As you say that, you just shout the words "fall back," and you see this phoenix. She shakes her head, and you can tell she's just kind of dropped into reality for a moment. And anything else you do for the rest of the combat that can be slightly reminiscent of her story will give you additional bonuses to damage her.
Awesome. Got it. Cool.
So there you go.
Cool story, bro.
Got any more spreads?
No.
Okay.
Because I drew back up, and that would be dishonest.
Nope, that's not how that works. All right, who takes
So-
torch next?
I've gone. You've gone.
Beans
I
is
went
gone.
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think
So
it's
it's just-
Eerie or you've gone.
Yeah.
So it's just Eerie.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I didn't. I got attacked.
Yeah, you got attacked. Yeah, you still. Yeah, for sure you got to go.
Cool. Yeah.
After Eerie.
Ah! Wow! I don't. No! I've got to get out of here. I gotta.
Here's what you know. Here's what you know, Eerie. If you want to get out of here, the way back, because you guys marched on down here underground from the Capitol, just going straight into one of these fissures that opened up.
Got a birthday party invitation.
Got an
Joined the
invitation.
birthday
Yeah.
party.
But the at this
It's going
point,
so well. So well.
at this point, you're
Everything's
behind
going
you
so
is where you
well.
came from, the bridge that's destroyed. So going back and getting safe at this point, the only way, and this may not even be safe, but the only way you can go is forward through where this champion or this bone undead commander is
Dom,
at.
we could have done
and
that
the,
for you, you know?
And the Durant Phoenix. But that's the only, because everything else is, like, you look down and you just see a pit. So
What is this, Westworld?
maybe you can run around them, but
Only
back
episode
is,
one.
I mean, back is a worse option
Just finished
because you
episode
have
2. I have
tremendous
theories.
amounts of undead behind you.
Lost my HBO Go pass.
So as far as escape goes, the only way out is in.
Is there like
That's
a,
what she said.
like a
Nope.
passageway
I'm
behind
pretty sure
them?
that's
the
Or
right
like
reaction.
a wall.
It
behind
does,
them?
yeah. As
make
you go,
anatomical
well,
sense
it's
or-
hard
Absolutely
to.
makes sense.
At the crest of the hill, you can see that it goes down, and actually you do see a path.
Draw
that
me a
goes
picture.
further along. You also see one that goes off to the right, but that one is, it veers off towards a direction where you guys kind of already were, and the whole area is teeming with undead. So it's possible that off to the right could be safe, but that's closer to areas that you've already been, which are teeming with undead. Whereas maybe forward has less undead, but it's unclear. Part of the problem is you were told going in. Let's flash back to your mission briefing. This has been going on for a week. And, we're continually getting attacked by undead day after day by these Bone Legion troops. And we kill them, they keep coming back. Part of that is because they come back at dawn every day because we haven't killed the commander, but maybe
So
part of it is
irritating.
because there's large numbers of them as well. It's impossible for us to tell. We can't tell we can't fully tell what their numbers are because
I have a
they keep on
theory.
coming back.
And then ink, talk.
Yeah, and
I've read all of the fictional works in all reality, so here's what I think.
yeah, this is this is not the Shrouded commander. So it's basically like eyes glass over for a minute as you go through all that.
Trust me, if you send us there, I'm confident we can stop this outbreak.
If you think information can do it, then please.
Information, karate.
We cut
difference.
back to the scene and we cut back to Eerie.
Okay.
Holy my God.
In the immortal words of Kermit the Frog, I'm just gonna dart as fast as possible around them, and just down whatever.
So as you
hallway.
get to the crest of the hill and you go down, oh boy, okay.
Oh no.
So you go running past the Phoenix, past the commander, okay. So you see a
This isn't gonna
big open cavern. Okay. you see a big open. Okay. So you see a big open cavern, and just so many more undead, more than you saw before. Also, you see you see something that looks kind of like a chanter.
Oh shit.
It's not a chanter, but there's this language that this very methodical, very precise, almost like chant that's happening. And you see rocks and earth forming together because of this chant.
And a thing you should know about the chant is that basically the kind of zombies in the Phoenix Dawn Command universe are this group that is affected by the chant, which is a song. It's a dirge. And every member that joins the chant adds another verse to the song about how somebody died. And it really fucking sucks.
It's like one-word story in improv.
Yeah.
This
Exactly.
feels, but this feels very different from the chant somehow. So this is some sort of weird, I mean, this feels like it has the power of the chant where it's just words that create evil. But it's summoning something different. And like I say, the earth and the ground is forming together.
Sounds like
and
a rock
just
lobster.
Rocks coming together.
Rock
yeah,
lobster?
rock lobster.
Rock lobster.
But that's what you see. So you have enough time that you can leave this cavern if you don't have to spend your next turn here. You can retreat back. Would you rather be here or in the other room? Yeah, no, I know it's not a fun choice.
Spin around, head right back.
Okay. So you see.
So what we all see is,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm back. I'm back to help you. I'll help.
Do you want to make a spread?
Sure.
At this point, so you're able to damage the Phoenix now, and if you damage the Phoenix, that will destroy any of the undead underneath its command. You'll be able to damage it more if you create situations that are reminiscent of her fall. So, that's that. That's just descriptions of your attacks or just anything.
I've got an idea.
I do too.
Okay.
Nice. Are we in another round? This is a new round yet?
I haven't gone
Go.
yet.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Investigate.
So you want to try and meet Hook?
Investigate.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens.
Okay. Only good can come of this. That's what I'll say.
Are these Monopoly characters?
There's a record label out of England in the late 70s, early 80s called Two Tone, and when I was 19, I was obsessed with it. So,
That's
you know,
awesome.
19. Fortunately, I still like the music.
What does your bracelet say, Teline?
It says write, shoot, edit, repeat.
Nice. But why is it with a W?
Because write is in write.
No, R-I-G-H-T, as in I'm always correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm right, and then I shoot you
Yeah.
for questioning me.
That's
Then
how it
I
works.
edit my
See,
memory so that
here's
I
the
don't
thing.
remember
If
it,
there's
and then
anything
I
that I
repeat.
know about directors, it's pronounced, or it's spelled R-I-G-H-T.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure of that.
That's
When you're
true.
playing your role,
Yeah, here's the issue with people. They just don't know how to spell like I do.
Yeah.
That is a problem for people.
Yeah, so many people.
You're turning into Donovan.
Oh, yeah, because Donovan was never just a thinly veiled me. Okay, so what do we have for our
I
spread?
got an attack of 14.
14, great. And that is against our Durant. Okay, great. So, wow, surprisingly, not as many health levels as I would have thought. Still a good amount, but so you're able to wound it for 1.
Hooray!
Yeah. Okay, so you're looking at defensive 10 guys, and it only has 8 health levels, which is actually not that bad.
Only 8, you guys. Don't
Well, then
worry.
I'm gonna back off the Bone
Okay.
Commander and go after.
Yeah, so go ahead, and then after Sizzle will be their turn.
So go ahead and
let's
take
do
one
some
of
damage
those.
here.
I'll go ahead and take
Draw
2
some
cards.
That is a really, really good ability.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beans.
You guys are welcome.
So I'm going to. So I look around me and I see there's still there's a bunch of bones, right, from these undead.
Oh yeah, just scattered all over.
Yeah. So I pick up what amounts to about 7 bodies, and I throw them in front of the Phoenix.
Just throw the bones in front of her.
Yeah, in a way that it kind of arranges 7
that's-
bodies.
Really good idea.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make me a spread. That's really good.
And so when I use this is
that's
you
really
excel
good.
at finding creative solutions and overcoming limited resources again.
That's
So
exactly what you're doing.
Forceful. So I get to draw 2 cards and put one back up here. Let's grab this one, and then I'm going to use my intellect again. Basically the same thing, but this one says you have studied the fallen folk and know how to bargain with spirits, both great and small, along with the many dangers of making such deals. There's another one.
Bam.
So I'll
Oh,
draw
warlock.
2 cards.
So apparently Sizzlack has a warlock background.
Sizzle.
Sizzle. Oh, I'm really struggling
Thanks,
with that.
Dom.
Dom. Oh man.
Well, but you see, Sizzle learned in his Crucible from Sizzlack.
Sizzlack
Obviously,
is probably the teacher.
Sizzlack is your teacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
makes
said
sense.
some weird dragon man.
Hey,
Makes
I
perfect
died in
sense.
another world, but here's what I know about that world.
He had a lute with him, and he cried about Steve. It was
Oh,
awkward.
don't bring up
Here,
Steve.
have some king nectar.
No one was gonna bring up
So there's
Steve.
that.
Definitely
and
no
then-
one was going to bring up Steve.
Now I'm stunned, so I can only use 1, right?
Correct. Yeah.
But with my ability, I can use sparks to use cards.
to put extra cards in your spread, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn,
There's a
son.
spark. There's a spark.
Nice.
We got a ringer.
Here's a
Got
spark.
a ringer.
Here's
my
a,
God.
Here's a spark.
Holy shit.
Here's a
Because he's
spark.
using that as intellect.
Yep. There's your intellect. There's your 1 grace into intellect. Okay.
27.
And then
A lot.
I can use
29.
this card in an attack spread. You may burn 1 spark to increase its value to 4. So there's a
Okay. So
spark.
33. Is that what I?
37.
What do you count? I count
I
30.
count 33.
Yeah, 33.
And then
And
this
It was
is
29
4.
before that one.
Okay, so that's 33.
Yeah.
And
33.
burning.
Oh, right. Burning. Okay. 33.
That was nice.
That was
I
impressive.
had a lot of cards.
That's some Varia type damage.
Yeah, right. Only with 100% less werewolf. Which, you know what? I'm okay with. I miss you, Mac.
Okay, so that. Okay, so that's 3. Boy. All right, so you've got 4. You've knocked out 4 of its 8 health levels, which is good, and it is burning, which is a real problem because that's going to be a free brutal damage every round that you get.
Sweet.
So its turn comes up. It's burning, so it's going to take that 1 brutal damage. It's then going to attack you because you are a motherfucker.
That's all right. I expected it to happen, and I said, let's happen it.
Okay. All right. This is. Is there any environmental? No. Damn. So it can't use that move. That's too bad. All right. So it's just gonna take a. It's gonna shoot an arrow at you. Attack 14.
All right. Well,
Yeah. So she knocks an arrow and it's actually scary how quickly she's able to draw and fire.
and so I can only use 1, right?
Correct.
Right,
It's gotta
'cause
be
you're stunned.
grace. Okay.
Wait. I can add 3. Does that do anything?
Every little bit helps here because it's not an all or nothing attack, and it's.
And if
14.
anybody wants to take any of these and draw a card, because I don't think I can. I don't know if there's anything in here that's going to help me.
Well,
No,
probably
there
not.
isn't because you can only spend 1 card in your.
But I
spread.
mean, if you drew a trait
If I
or
drew a
something,
trait.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
if you drew a
that's what I'm
trade,
saying.
yeah.
Here, you know what? What the hell? Do it.
All right.
Yeah, you're in trouble. I mean, this is gonna hurt. So.
Or not.
Nope. Okay, so our total is 7 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What's
right
your
now you're
talent?
looking at 13 damage.
What does your talon do?
Plus 2 attack.
Oh.
Oh, actually, that would have given you 1 more damage.
Oh.
Because you were just off by 2. For another health level. But that is not enough to kill it. So, yeah, we're looking at...
Would a +4 kill it?
No, it would not.
Okay,
Because
just
you
checking.
need its health levels are 8.
But you're bound.
Oh, right.
Here, I'll take a couple of his wounds.
Yeah, you're going to need to, because otherwise it's going to be a real problem. So yeah, you're looking at 13 damage. So you can take 6 of that. Would give you 3 wounds.
And that's with me taking 2?
There's still 1 more floating at this point.
Can I use Survivor to like maybe dodge in and
No, you know what? Screw it.
take a hit
Here.
Take 1 more?
Yep.
All right, so that's, yeah, because it's 13 damage.
Because also I feel like I'm
Two,
right
you're
in
looking
front
at
of it,
6.
so maybe I was trying
Give
to
me
like block the arrow.
6
and
sparks then.
6 sparks, wow.
Yeah.
Give me Nicholas
Wow.
Sparks.
I got all
That
my
is-
sparks back.
So,
I have not run out of sparks yet. I love this guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can I wouldn't say you can survive, but you can sustain your sparks pretty well. Okay, so that's its turn. Who wants to take the torch?
I'll take the torch. I feel like I want to just be kind of yelling back in its face like, Commander, we have to fall back, blah, 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 and just all the information that I got from it, so I'm kind of trying to overwhelm it now that it's dropped back into reality. And I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can.
Okay.
Now, is there such thing as healing in this game?
Not really in this party. There is a healer class,
Got it. Yeah, we don't.
devoted, but
Just checking.
she's not here tonight.
It's all right.
Natural.
I don't need it.
All right,
You're
so
fine,
Sizzle's
clearly.
great.
you're
there's
fine.
7
Sizzle
plus
feels
2 for
good.
my Talon, and I'm actually going to use a redraw just to see what
See
I
if you
get.
can get something?
Nothing. I get a whole lot of nothing, so 9.
Okay, you're looking at 9. That's not... you're looking at defense 10 to hit this Durant.
Here. Well, can I have a...
Well, this is I take
You
1
get
and
2
you
back.
get 2.
Here. Have a couple of sparks.
Okay.
So that's 11.
That's
all told?
11.
Yeah.
Okay. Give you a health level, but that's not enough to kill it.
Well, that's okay. Just every little bit counts, and I'm still just basically trying to run interference here. Like, this is what you lived through. You're experiencing it right now.
Yep. It's burning, so if you can survive until its next turn, that burning should finish it off.
Okay.
That 1 last brutal damage will knock it out. But
And also, kind of just trying to make a better narrative
Oh, so
for
we're-
this Phoenix. As I'm relating everything that happened to it, I'm like, and you didn't die a dishonorable death, and you can go on to your next crucible or whatever awaits us when we go. Please, I entreat you, go!
so we're back at the top of the attack, right?
the top was actually just Ink. Ink was the first one, so
Right. Yeah.
anybody else can go.
So I can go,
You
Yeah.
can go.
and I can burn again.
You're anyone.
You can. Well, the burning happens when its turn comes up, so it'll take one brutal damage when its
figure
turn
that
comes
out
up
so you
again.
didn't just
So
Gotcha.
basically,
disappear.
Yeah, that one.
yeah,
That would've
I mean,
sucked.
basically, it's gonna die as long as nothing crazy happens here. Oh, actually, something crazy is about to happen because I didn't use the Bone Champion last time, so I'm gonna use it in between your rounds. The Bone Champion is going to attack you and is just going to do the same move that it tried to use against Sizzle, and the hammer just comes screaming down
Wait,
at you.
I fell back though.
Oh, that's right. You're at range.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you two. Okay,
It
so
can come
Actually,
after
me
me. I don't
too.
have a problem.
oh, you're in. Oh, that's right. So yeah, it'll.
I'm not saying that it can't come after me. I'm just saying it can't
Yeah,
hit me with a
no,
hammer.
you're right. Like realistically, that doesn't make sense. Tactically, that wouldn't happen. Yeah, sure. It'll take a swing at Eerie. Eerie does not deserve this. Eerie has been frightened the entire time, and yet still a hammer just comes swinging down at Eerie. It's an attack at
The
12.
bone guy is irritated
All or
with the
nothing.
yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
all or
gosh,
nothing.
so much yelling.
Somebody shut that kid up.
So much screaming. This is my goddamn birthday. Can't I have a birthday without a screaming kid?
All he wanted was a Carvel ice cream cake. I wanted Cookie Puss. Where's Cookie Puss? Sorry.
We're broken people.
We are broken
Oh,
people.
of course.
Yes.
Any chance of a 12?
I don't think so. How many wounds was it though? Because I do have the survivor, which can take it down.
You'd
by
be
one.
looking at 2 wounds
And
and a stun.
I can take a wound.
Okay. Then I'm going to play survivor, burn
Here.
2 sparks to take it down a wound.
Okay. Wow, that's great. That's good for you. You are unfortunately still stunned, so it's going to affect your spreads.
Fair enough.
But that's it. So now you can go, and I think you should be able to finish it off pretty easily.
Well, if I had some attacks.
Defense 10 is what you're looking for.
Do you have any redraws? And we've got 2 here.
2 table redraws.
Yeah.
You guys care if I take these?
No, go for it, man.
It's probably best if the elemental doesn't die here, because this is not close combat.
All right. Well, I can use this guy and draw 2 and put 1 back. Okay. Good. So I need to make 10.
Yep, you need to above 10. 10 is a bare minimum to start doing work.
Okay. Well, this card has a value of 5. I spread. It's going to spark to get a value of 4. So that's 10 right there. That's 9
Okay.
What about an incinerate?
plus, well, because I used that for the drawing of the cards. So that's 12. And then I'll use my 1 grace as an intellect.
So yeah,
So it's 15.
16, 17?
17. I have not been using this at all.
Okay.
By the way.
Unless you've got something you can give me that's gonna make her bring her back a little bit. You're gonna need to do, or you need to do 1 more damage. Because I'll give you 1 health level.
I look at her and I say, "Back's against the wall, huh?"
Oh, dick move. But that's good enough. Yeah. Real dick move, sizzle. But that is enough. So that's
And then I fireball her.
That's the 8th health level. The bone champion next to her collapses. You see the legion of
On his
bone
birthday, no
commanders
less.
behind you fall to the ground. And you think that all of these things that have been attacking the capital this week now are laid to rest. At that point, you feel a tremendous shaking in the ground, though.
So
Even
now,
worse than before.
Does this count as the end of the combat
Yes,
scene?
this is the end of the combat scene.
Because he gives us all back a spark
Yeah,
at the end
everybody
of the combat
gets a
scene.
spark now because of our elemental.
I'll take mine back.
I threw that directly at your hand, and it went just directly.
Yes. Story of my life, Shawn. Story of my life.
And it's not even your fault. It was like I threw it so perfectly that it twisted to go in between your fingers. So yeah, everybody gets their 1 spark back from the elemental, and
5 again.
so as and again, it's just a solid earthquake, even stronger than before, and you can hear the grinding of stones against each other from the next cavern that you had already visited.
How long does that flare last?
I think it's gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably lose my burning thing
Yeah,
too.
you'd lose yours as well.
No big bad banes.
So
Well, at least we have you for this next round.
so you have in the next cavern the chanting actually gets louder, and Phoenixers are actually the only ones that can make out this chant. It's a long dead language, but for some reason you can understand it. Not sure if that's ever come up, but you can. So, and as you listen to it, the chant is talking about. It's very not flowery language, but very metaphorical language, and it talks a lot about cleansing and restoration and the need for clean. As you hear all these metaphors being bandied about in this chant, you do hear one very specific thing. You hear this almost a direction being given, and then it just says, "Destroy the capital." And then you hear these rocks that you heard grinding. they start grinding much quicker, and you hear. When you were in that cavern, there were multiple different caverns, so it was kind of a larger. I don't know what you call that in a cave system, but there's kind of a larger area where there's a bunch of different ways that you can go. And you hear these rocks move down one of those caverns and start moving directly towards the capital city of the empire. And this thing, whatever it is,
Elemental. Is that what's going on?
yeah, and whatever this thing is, it looks like it's aiming to go back towards the capital city where the heart of the empire is. And again, it's all, you hear this chanting metaphorical language about cleansing and restoration and balance, things like that.
Okay.
So
So you
that's
back
that.
to creepy now?
I think so.
Um,
I think so.
Creepy.
What you earlier you ran out of here that way where this noise is coming from, and then you ran back in here. Just out of curiosity, what exactly did you see?
It looks like a variant of the chant. We should find the shard that's controlling them.
Well,
Let's
trim
happen
my
it.
biscuits. Another shard. It's like an unending supply of shards. Who's manufacturing all these shards? And why don't they put their skills to something a little bit more commercial? Hey, where is this thing? Let's go kill it.
Oh, that is a very simple, yeah. So yeah, like I said, it sounds like it's moving back towards the capital city. You think I need an intellect spread from you guys.
I don't have intellect.
Well, well, Beans, I wasn't asking you.
I'll just sit over here and
What would you say that we're approaching this with?
stare at space.
Well, it's some kind of geography, maybe. You're kind of maybe trying to cut this thing off at the pass.
Observation?
Observation, sure. I mean, because you're talking about a tunnel complex.
I can do 10 for observation.
Okay. So you, so Eerie mentions, I went off in this tunnel this way.
Wait a sec. That
mentions the
means
cardinal direction. Yeah, you're like, oh well. As you go through this, you're like, oh yeah, no. I think if we go up this way, we'll be able to meet it. And also, the one of the things that you have read in your myriad, the crazy amount of time that you've had to read.
sure.
You actually, you remember reading about an old abandoned keep that was just on the edge of the underground that you can use to maybe, that this thing is going to go just tunneling through, barreling through before it gets to the capital. So maybe you can hold out at this keep before it reaches the capital city.
And can I use Arcane to kind of get an idea as to what it is we're dealing with?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that would be a really good skill for this thing.
Yeah, I'll use, that's an 11.
I would. You got?
No?
You do any better than that? You got anything better than an 11?
Do you have anything you can add to that?
Not really,
It's.
no.
I mean, this thing is a little. It's a kind of a rare. It's a. Yeah, it's a little more rare than that.
Yeah, no, that's the only intellect card I've got right now, so.
Well, I'm nice enough to let you cycle that 2 out if you like. Meaning you can discard it and draw another card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
And
just
just.
free draws too.
Nope.
No,
Use
he
them
used
all.
all
Burn
those.
through.
I got 1.
I got 2.
I got zilch.
Okay, that's fine.
a rock.
All you know is that whatever this thing is, it's made out of some sort of grinding rocks or something. Eerie's the only one that laid eyes on it, and even then, not for.
It's
just
made
for but a
of
moment.
grinding rocks.
I mean, you heard rocks grinding against each other as this thing was moving towards a tunnel.
These hands.
Good.
Good, strong hands.
Oh, God.
Good.
The tears are coming.
God.
Artax.
All my little friends. That movie,
Anyhow.
that you guys do realize how
Impressed
fucked
at
up
how
we were as
much
kids by
you
that
have
movie,
remembered.
right?
It's because it was a co-German production, so the Germans were like, oh yes, this is the kind of stories we tell
Tell
our
our
children
children,
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
the real Grimm. Like,
Yeah,
those things
exactly.
are so dark.
yeah.
It's because, it's a metaphor for friendship when you're young. Sometimes maybe your friend dies in the swamp. What's the problem?
But by the way, it's just because your friend dies doesn't mean you get to be sad. Because if you're sad, then you die also. So
Exactly.
no
So,
sadness.
tamp it down.
You pull it
Tamp down the
back.
sadness.
Keep smiling.
Ah.
Oh, then nothing will eat you.
It's nothing.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing.
What are you sad about? It's a nothing.
It is, to me, it is very hard to imagine that nihilism could be a German concept. What a big surprise that turned out to be, right? I mean,
They believe in everything.
I mean, oh wait, no,
Except
that is
Scientology.
so much them. So yeah, so
So we head towards the.
you head
the
towards
area
this
that we-
big room keep. What do you got? Beans?
Wait a second. Beans is going to stand up and say, let's all go
Wait,
to the
Beans
keep.
was sitting down.
Flexing.
Oh, okay.
Bicep
Cool.
curls.
Yeah.
Let's all go to the keep. Let me lead you, because if I do this leadership spread, then it's a lot of points.
Yay.
Never mind.
Gave her a lot of points.
Read it for me.
Okay,
so
so
that
it's
because
my
I don't understand how this works.
Okay, so it's one of my skill specialties. So
Okay.
I get a 5, and then I also get an extra 5 when I'm doing specifically leadership, and then when I make a successful attack, the next attack spread made against your victim in the scene inflicts brutal damage, but that wouldn't count here.
No, unfortunately not. But you can do it when the combat starts, and that will be helpful. I promise.
That was kind of Sizzle's move.
You, if you have anything that does brutal damage, that's going to be real important and helpful in the next.
Thanks
this
for-
next one.
It's not how I
Pointing
roll.
that out.
That's okay. You'll be fine. Maybe.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen, guys. When we get there, right as we start fighting, let me lead you. It'll work out good for everyone.
Let me lead you. That's always the best type of leader. Guys, let me lead you.
Come back.
Let me lead you, guys.
Come back.
Yeah,
That's a strong leader right
it's
there.
important. It's important.
How's
okay.
chat doing?
Yeah, how is chat doing, Dom? Chat's good, right?
Chat's great.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for putting up with our, with what I call tech diffs.
But you should copyright that.
Hashtag tech diffs.
Yeah, hashtag tech diffs. But also thanks for just recognizing that this is a stream worth watching. And sometimes you got to be patient for good stuff. It is like being a kid. It's like when you're a kid, you're not supposed to drink. But you be patient so that you can do it when you turn
Wait.
21 and not a moment before.
Are you saying this because we haven't been giving them good stuff?
I don't know. It really is starting to break apart.
I
so
thought that
let's-
was going to be a Christmas metaphor, then it just took a wild left turn.
And then Jesus.
yeah, you got to be patient because Christmas will show up someday.
And then you'll be able to drink.
And then you'll be able, oh yeah, Christmas is for
Christmas
drinking.
cocktails.
Yeah, oh man, I will drink the fuck out of
Guys,
eggnog.
Christmas cocktails. Ginger infused bar sugar.
Okay.
I'm just saying these words now. Guys, I did not sleep last night.
Back when, hey, it's been on point, so don't worry. You've been on point regardless.
Sax asks, Ack, or he says, sorry, he says, Ack, look at Ink's health. How are they doing rerolls?
They have, it looks like 3 redraws total, 1 for Ink and 2 for Eerie. So they're,
But don't worry, Sizzle's doing fine.
And you have to understand,
a full
Sax,
bar
I
of
was
health.
trying to keep Beans from dying.
no, you don't have a full bar of health. You have the opposite of that.
Wait,
No,
I was trying to
Sure
keep
that's how it
Sizzle
works.
from dying, yeah.
Yeah.
Full bar.
And I
Okay.
had to
Look
catch
at all
up
that.
with Varia and
I've got
Adalia,
double
so-
health.
Yeah,
Like in most video games, you have to get through the black layer to get to the green layer.
That's not how that works. Nope.
Pretty sure.
Nope.
I'm like a boss right now.
No, that's
I've got 2 health levels.
no. It's
You
the
are
opposite.
I'm-
You are
I'm
in
doing
such
great.
bad shape.
Sizzle feels good.
No,
that cake
he
nectar's
does- he
really
can't
kicking in right
possibly
now.
heal
You're
good.
a King
Feels
Koopa,
so good.
And Mario was just cut the rope for the bridge. The bridge has just disappeared.
I don't understand that
You're
metaphor
there,
at all.
There's lava. You're just
All right.
in midair.
Okay,
we're at the keep then.
so you find your way to the keep.
Wait. What does the keep look like so I can lead people into it?
The keep has an archway. There are tables, a fountain, an angel statue, sunrise at your back as you actually do see the cavern leading out into the. I mean, you're just below the surface at this
We're
point.
in this
If
cavern?
it's dawn,
Uh,
do we get to Heal?
It is not. Well, I mean, the sun is just now coming up. So yeah.
Wait, we can use sunrise. I lasso the sun.
Yeah, I
Pull
mean,
it down
you know
on
what?
our
I'm-
enemies.
You know what? You're gonna need it, Eerie. So yes, you get all the benefits of dawn. So the dawn has.
What happens at dawn?
We
It's a
get
heal.
health back.
Seriously?
Yeah, but not much.
Oh, no, I lost a...
No, you're.
I
in
lost
better,
one of my bars.
You're in better shape now.
Oh, man, I had... sunrise hurts me.
No, it doesn't.
Ugh.
Okay,
It's
okay.
the opposite. It's the opposite.
All right.
I'm a vampire, right? This is
I like
is bad
fire.
for me.
Vampires love fire.
What are we seeing?
Okay, so
Because I need to lead you guys.
You're leading so
Clearly.
well.
imagine.
Get ready for some
it's
great
It's
leadership.
the underground, underdark version of the Alamo.
Ready
so,
for it.
Except for you're not the racist assholes.
There's no
in
above
defending
ground
here.
at the Alamo.
Yeah, so you're underground and you're not a racist occupying force. For those of you who actually know the story of the Alamo, you're actually
Yeah,
just
basement.
defenders.
We're in the basement of the Alamo.
Sure,
Where
there you go.
where's the thing we're fighting? Where are the doors?
You actually hear it coming. Well, you hear it and then see it coming up the tunnel, and it's just a giant grinding. It's a giant worm.
Oh, it's a worm.
Yeah, that's just grinding through the tunnel.
You had to say it earlier.
Did you say worm?
You called it into existence when we were talking about kank juice.
Dare you? Let
I
me
mean,
lead
I
you all.
assume that somebody
Let me
planted a
lead.
thumper, but I suppose Beetlejuice is probably a better.
Yeah, that's twice.
Oh,
Oh no. Dudes, here's the plan. Let's go to separate sides of this thing, let it come through us and attack it on the sides so that its mouth doesn't get us immediately. Follow my leadership!
Excellent.
Do I need to lay some cards down for my leadership?
No, you don't. If you decide to, then I'll give you some extra bonuses to fight this thing. Sax is not going to give you these bonuses in the future, just so you know. Not because Sax is mean, because I'm literally breaking the rules in the bonuses that I'm going to give you to do this. So you should take advantage of this
Okay.
and make the best spread you possibly can.
Yes. After I say this is what you're doing, I say, I will distract him by jumping on his back and stabbing him with my sword and then riding him cowboy style like a bucking bronco.
What's a
For
cowboy?
you!
Yeah, what's a cowboy?
I don't know, but
It's
I
a
like
thing I
it.
I'll tell you
invented.
later.
It's a thing I invented.
Okay.
I'm a fan of this. Do
Okay.
it.
Wait, shoot, hold on. There's that. Okay, that's something good to know.
So, leadership and attacking in one go, okay?
Okay, sure.
What does leadership do for us?
It means the next attack spread made against the victim in the scene inflicts brutal damage. So whoever follows me better have a big freaking spread.
Like in any office situation, when the manager tries to lead, you just ignore them and let them do their own thing.
Okay, let me grab my. Not going to finish that sentence. Let me pick up the card for the worm, and
Oh dear.
so here's the deal.
He was gonna say, "Grab my worm."
Yeah. So the war worm is
Grab your war worm, Sean. Just
grab
it.
All right, I'm going to grab my war worm
Thank
Right
you.
here
Show
on
it
the
to
internet.
everybody.
and go to war.
Just put it on the internet for
Okay,
everybody.
so I'm going to so that applies. So you'll make your spread, and people will be able to have their brutal damage, and I will let that persist beyond the first round with a good enough spread.
Okay.
So bare minimum, you're going to need to get a 10 to have it last a second round.
10 more than the base 10 that starts?
Yes. So you need to get 20 to have it last 2 rounds, 25 for 3. Yeah, let's call it 5. So 15, 20, 25.
Okay. Let's see
So
what I can do.
15 to have it last 1 more round.
All right, well, I'm going to start with this because I need another card. And then I'm going to do, this card has an attack of 5 when it is used in an attack spread. Crude but effective. That's how I do things.
Okay, so how are you attacking being crude but effective? You using an environmental object? Because that could be crude.
That could be.
I mean, how do you get up on the worm?
Okay, no.
if You don't use.
I'm going to use the archway. Because as it comes through the archway, I'm going to run up the sides, Kapoor style, Parkour style.
Kapoor?
Teline Guerra.
I love
So,
Kapoor.
Either way.
No, like Kelly Kapoor from The Office.
Yeah,
Just like
Kapoor
Kelly
style.
Kapoor.
Yeah.
Just like her. Think of The Office and how she does things. That's how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Running up the,
The first thing
side
I
of
thought.
the
Very
arch.
crude.
That is allowing me, just through sheer amazing, to now be running upside down above it, and then I dive forward with my sword,
With your gladius.
with my gladius, and then I tuck my
thought at first
chin
she meant-
for a perfect
Yeah,
dive.
that's what I
No,
thought
she
too.
means
No, underneath the
she
bottom
means like
side.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Straight up and down.
Because I'm going to do it the
Let
awesome
gravity
way.
take over.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And
That's
then-
a good move.
Sure.
Dive.
Okay.
Sword first into the top of him.
Great. Okay, so what else you got?
So,
Oh, yeah, let me cross that off. You can draw a card for it.
mother effer, I have crappy cards. And that's the best I can do with cards.
You don't
Hang
have
on.
you don't have a single more suit card? I see
Well,
a
that makes
strength card.
20
there.
right
You can add to
now.
it.
We're at 20 right now.
Oh yeah, so if you can't get 25,
we
then
can also
I'd say
move the
stop here.
cards.
That's easier because I know where they can.
Well, also, like, these are, like, I only get 2, right?
Well, then you get an extra card in your spread because you're not bigger
No,
better
right.
anymore. Yeah,
No.
good call. All right, so yeah,
So 20. So it's going to go on for
20.
2 more
Yeah.
rounds.
So
Yeah.
unless you want to spend 5 sparks, it's going to be 20. So yeah, 2 extra rounds of brutal damage. That's a good call for you guys.
And also, as I'm diving down, I'm like, beans! Because that's my war cry.
Okay, and you do with that 20, you do 1 wound to it.
Okay. That is a concern.
Well, it's not. You guys will be fine.
May I?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay. So Ink sees what's
Oh,
going on.
Nightsteed. Nightsteed activates Eerie's horror movie teleport. That is,
Teleport.
you do not have any idea how helpful that's going to be for you.
Wow.
Nightsteed gives 3 rerolls for the table. So 3 redraws for the table.
Sweet.
Let me throw those out
Throw 'em
for
out
you.
there.
Boom, boom,
What does
boom.
horror movie whatever do?
Teleport?
Yeah, imagine how the ring girl works. It's just like, bam.
Oh. Oh.
Just like,
Man, you're creepy.
why are you there?
Why do you need to be
Whatever.
right here, right now?
All right, so Ink flips up the hood of his cloak so he's hidden, which gives me a +4 to attack, and he
Important
kind
that
of...
he's being led by me.
Bam. Yes, of course. No. So I run up the other side of the archway, and there's 9 right there. So
Okay.
that's +4 for Dream Shadow because I'm hidden. But what I'm doing is getting on its back, and I'm trying to literally just kind of break it apart on
Sure.
its spine.
Sure.
So there's 13 right there. With astonishing luck, that's 17. And
Okay.
then, if y'all want to clap for Tinkerbell, if you all put in a spark, that adds 9 to my value.
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So
Take it.
26
Nice.
all told.
26.
That's a
Brutal
cool one.
damage.
Here's what I'm going to tell you.
Oh, no.
That is going to do 2 wounds to it.
Okay.
If you spend, I know this is a lot, but if you can spend 5 sparks, then you'll get another wound out of it. And I promise you, you need the help.
That's
Just want
very,
to protect
very
my
sweet.
capital. There.
You can
Yeah,
always listen.
looking at the size of this thing, this is not the scariest thing in the game of Phoenix Dawn Command, but it's bad.
bad.
But it's friends with that guy.
Yeah.
And as you look at the size of this thing,
Only
They-
Facebook.
they
it
hang
can
out,
just
yeah.
it can just chew through the city. I mean, you're talking thousands of people, and it is unclear just with how thick its hide is, how tough it is. It's unclear if any of the actual standing troops they have could even damage it.
Sure.
So it's Phoenix's only at this point. So yeah, that's a good round though. One more person can go before it goes. It's got a speed of 3.
You want it?
So, what does it look like?
A worm.
Yeah, that's what a worm looks like.
Can we
Yep.
see on the camera?
Yeah, we can.
Jesus Christ.
But it's huge.
Crikey.
See this little person here for
It's like 60 feet
Scale.
tall.
Can
scale?
you put a banana next to that so I can...
That's the second largest banana
Hold on,
I've
let
ever
me
seen.
pull out my war worm for you, so we can have it to scale.
Definitely gross.
That's true.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely. I'm gonna have to wait until.
And by the way, it's canon that warworms are made entirely of nipples. That's why we can't generally show them on Twitch.
Oh, good to know. I wasn't aware of that. Did Sax point that out?
No, I did.
Oh,
And Braid corroborated it, and then
Oh.
Sax. Also.
agreed. Oh, well, if Sax says it's true, then it's true.
Thanks, Sax. Nipple worms.
Okay, so yeah, so you got one more shot at it before it goes.
Beans is
Okay.
on top of the worm,
I got
leading
And this
you.
is brutal too.
Hit it!
Well, I'm like kind of just
Yeah.
dug
We're both
in
there.
too.
We're
All
both up there
Muad'Dib
riding
style.
a worm.
Sorry,
Long live
sorry.
the fighter.
Well, yes, and Shai-Hulud. I'm all of those things. My name's a killing word.
Fear is the mind killer.
A little death.
I'm going to. What am I gonna do?
Do something creepy. Creep it out.
Creep it out.
Creep out a worm.
Scare it so bad
Just
that it
be
goes
like,
home.
Hey,
Make it
worm,
cry.
what are you doing?
Hey, bro.
What are you
Hi.
doing?
Hey, worm.
That's
Hey,
your-
worm. Come here. Hey, worm. I'm gonna take some rubble, worm.
I'm going to start chucking
Hey, worm, you got any rubble? Be a lot cooler.
rubble
if
at
you
one side of the
did.
worm to see if I can maybe distract it, move it in one particular direction.
Sure, good call.
You can draw a card for that.
Yeah, draw a card for that.
Use
Get
it.
you your rubber card.
I'm going to do 11, which, because we're doing brutal damage, should
is
do
enough to
a
do a
10.
wound. Yeah.
Does that
Okay.
include your talent? Oh, yes, sorry. Because you're smart like that. In a way
Yeah.
that I'm not.
That's the lowest you can get and still get a wound. That's a good move.
And then I'm
Wait,
going
what talent did he just
to.
do?
No, a talon, his talon.
Oh.
See how I'm going to do this.
And he's splitting his attacks because of the brutal damage. Smart.
Yeah, that's what I was. So he gets 2 attacks. That's what I was asking.
Well, you can technically make 2 attacks too. You can make
Oh.
multiple spreads on a turn.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do because you need to hit 11 and then you need to be able to do that in only a couple cards.
I'm going to
Interesting.
do it again. I'm burning 2 sparks to take it up to 11.
Okay, take it up to 11. That's another wound on this thing.
This one goes to 11.
Well, why don't I
Goes
just make
up to
10
11.
louder?
This
But
one goes up to 11.
and one more time.
Oh, you did another 11?
Yeah.
3
Wow,
attacks.
3 attacks.
Jeebus, Eerie.
Okay, so that's
Stab.
God
Stab.
damn. Eerie is
Stab.
Now that he's not a 8-year-old boy anymore, he's like,
Yeah,
oh,
right?
fuck this
yeah.
guy.
The horror villain is much more impressive.
Yeah.
I'm
Then the
zipping
scared
around.
little boy.
I'm doing it again
So
over here.
what is this
Destroy my
Sparks talent thing you're doing?
I'll be able to burn these later to add more to a later attack.
Gotcha.
But I have to do a successful attack.
To get one.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that is it.
Okay, so at this point, the warworm goes, and it starts.
Bucking like a bronco.
It starts bucking like a bronco. The whole cavern now and the keep is just shaking like crazy. There are this is like you're in the middle of a 7-point earthquake right now. At the
Beans is gonna
epicenter of
yell,
it.
Yeehaw!
Not only that,
'Cause
I understand that
reasons.
reference.
while the warworm is emitting tremors, a phoenix must discard a grace card at the start of their turn. If they cannot, they must discard 3 cards.
Yikes.
So I hope you guys have grace cards.
Sure. Are we making a defense spread now?
Nope, just when your turn starts. So at the
Oh.
start of your turn, you have to discard a grace card.
Okay.
If you do that, you're good. If you
Oh, okay.
can't do that, then you have to discard 3 cards
Cool.
instead.
Okay.
But that's just a passive thing. It's also going to make an attack, and as it's bucking, it rears around and just blasts thunder. So you two on top of it are going to need to make a defense. It's 12. Yeah, so it's a standard attack of 12.
I can do 5.
Make sure you hold on to a grace card too.
I do.
You can do 5.
Oh.
You'd be looking at 13 damage.
So that's going to take me out.
That's going to take you
I
out.
think it should just take me out at this point.
Okay. Gonna save your sparks and be an attendant spirit for somebody else?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a thrash of the tail, and ink gets literally turned into an ink spot on the roof of the cavern.
Pinky!
But
Pinky!
I'm going to attend you.
Okay, so attack 12.
Sorry, Sax.
When you use this card,
Sax-
And wait. As part of dying, I can give you one of my traits, right? That's the thing?
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
a thing?
If it's in your hand, right? I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of your traits in your hand, I think.
Okay. Well, I got the smartest person in the room, which really doesn't do you a ton of good. That's okay.
It's just an 8-year-old kid. You know?
But hey, here's 5 sparks you can burn.
5 sparks is good.
Yeah.
It's going to be real helpful because that brutal damage is...
Yep.
I was real friendly on that leadership check.
Thank you.
Okay, so make me that defense spread.
Okay, so the Phoenix Shield, where I give 2 sparks and gain a temporary health level with a value of 4.
Wow, that's a really good ability.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah. Is this a situation where like any amount helps? Because
Yes,
the rest
anything
of
all
it's
the
gonna
way
be
up to anything all the
loud.
way up to 12 is good. Anything all the way up to 12 is good. So you're at 3?
What's the smartest person in the room do?
It's 5 to a skill spread, or... Yeah, that's it.
So I've already used that to say make a lore spread to figure out where a soft spot on the
yeah, good call.
where
Sure.
might be.
Yeah, good call.
Because
Love it.
because of Shrouded Bond, I have
All right,
your
so this is what
skill
I've got.
specialties to do.
All right, so you got a 5.
Uh-huh.
So you'd be looking at 5, 7 plus 6 is 13 damage.
Okay, now, so this takes
4.
Four
So
of
you'd
it.
be looking at 9 damage incoming. So it'd be 3 health levels.
this back to this. So struck by an attack, do double your endurance against that attack.
Okay, so 3 would go to 6, so you would take 1 wound.
That's, and
That's
then I'm gonna burn 2 sparks to not take that wound.
Wait, is that a defensive spread?
No, I have as you are injured, you can burn 2 sparks to
Okay.
negate 1 wound.
Okay, just making sure.
Man, Durants are,
Badass. Is that the word you're looking for?
yeah,
Yeah.
13 damage went to none. It went to
Oh,
none.
suck it, worm! You try to hurt me? What? Ah, you're my bitch, worm.
All right.
Sax specifically told me, like, it's okay if you kill Taline's character because she's, like, you know, it's
The
not
best character ever.
Well, he said it was okay because it's like, well, if she goes up to rank 5, it's not a huge deal. I was like, okay, but I'm going to go after Teline then. And here's the problem with the Durant.
Really hard to kill. Shrouded?
They're
not so
really,
much.
Yeah.
they've got some high endurance.
Okay.
This is what Beans does after the worm tries to hurt her and fails. I'm doing a running man. Under
Yeah,
here.
the running
Can't
man.
see it.
Yeah. No, it's
You're doing
very
the Running
clear.
Man challenge?
And then I do the robot.
At night.
And then I do some breakdancing. And then I spin around on my back on the worm because it's my bitch.
Right.
Eerie,
That one
Ziggy
bit.
says that you've got a 23% chance of beating the worm if you go out like this.
I think our only person
Yeah.
to go. All right. So you've got the torch goes to Sizzle.
Oh wait, did I need to wait? Was that the worm's turn? Where my
Yeah, the worm just went.
Okay, so the turn.
Oh yeah,
where
you
I
did
have
need to discard that grace card.
I do.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh no,
No.
that was its
On
turn.
your turn.
Sorry.
on my turn?
You
I need to discard a
grace
grace card. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Boom. Go ahead and take one of those sparks.
Yes.
I'm going to take 2 cards. Ah, jeez Louise, come on. Seriously? Can I get anything here? I'm going to... so the sun's coming up, right? So I'm going to yell at the worm.
What does that have to do with the sun coming
Wait.
up? All right,
For it.
okay, all right.
It's a sizzle.
Trust
Sizzle.
me, Sizzle's got a plan.
Okay, all right.
And I've got my Grim Claw. I'll be like, "Hey, worm, over here! Looky, looky! Hey, and I'm gonna use the rays of the sun off of my Grimclaw
Sure.
to like try and blind
The very
its blind.
common scythe mace
Yes.
weapon that exists,
Uh-huh.
definitely.
And I'm gonna try and blind the worm.
Sure. Okay. Why not?
And then I guess
Looking at defense of 10.
I'll go ahead and attack it. So there's that guy, and there's that guy,
Okay, so that's 6, 8.
and then I'm gonna use this to draw 2 cards and put one back on the top.
Resourceful using the
one.
sun.
Yeah. Studied the Fallen Warlock, so I'm going to use that guy and draw 2 more cards.
Jesus Lord.
And put this guy back on the top. I don't want you. I'm going to use this guy and burn a spark to make it 4. I'll use this Grace to make it... that's my intellect one. And then that's a successful attack, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going to add burning to it.
9, 10, 14, 15. I'm counting 16 right now. Does that sound right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, you need 5 more if you want to get into another health level. Can you get 5 more? He's going to burn redraws trying.
I knew what that card was, too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's... Come on, Justin.
Son of a biscuit. I don't know what the next one is, guys.
Can I throw my redraw in the...
Absolutely.
Bam.
There you go.
Have a redraw.
All right, another redraw. Yeah, you're an attendant redraw spirit.
So here's a
Who,
spark.
so you're on Eerie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I can just
That-
burn
so,
a spark,
Yeah,
right?
that puts you up. So that's right there. That's 2 more wounds. This thing is very badly wounded. So how do you? What is your attack? Describe your attack.
So yeah, I say, "Hey, Wormy, over here," and I take my Grimclaw and like I kind of do this at it,
Right.
and so it kind of like looks at me,
Yeah,
and I go,
glinting.
and while that's happening, I go, "Uh-oh, 4!" And then I just swing up into the bottom of it and like clock the mace into the bottom of the worm.
Yeah, a gout of flame comes out of your mace.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And it like singes its tentacle things.
Yeah, it actually burns its tentacles right off. It doesn't have those tentacle feeler things in the front of it anymore.
He wasn't doing anything with those anyway.
Um.
It doesn't deserve tentacles.
Okay. So who?
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, top of the morning.
I'm actually
Anybody can
confused
grab the
where we
torch.
are right now.
We're at the
So
top, so
we're at the
anybody
top.
can go now,
Except for me.
except for right. So any of you 3
Can
can
I
go.
redraw after?
You don't draw until the end of your turn.
Right.
So whenever you make a good defense spread, it costs you on your turn.
Right.
So
Oh, right,
those
I get
defense
it.
spreads can be a little shaky. So you want to take the torch, Eerie?
Yeah, and I'm going to try and do a lore spread with the information that he has, his smartest person in the room.
It is, frankly, annoying how much information he is giving you. Like,
No,
it's just babble, babble. You're
Yeah.
like, oh boy, cliff notes, buddy, please.
Oh, I've heard from Varia just how much of a pain in the ass I could be. Obviously, in
Oh, you discard a grace card.
oh yeah,
Okay. That's good, because you don't want to discard 3 cards.
I'm actually gonna do Memories of the Chant.
Memories of the Chant, are you going to use it normally, or?
No, I'm gonna.
Oh, no. Okay, oh boy, I don't actually even have those out.
The affliction cards?
You know what? It's okay, because I wasn't planning on using them, and I'm not going to
I was
going to
ask about that because I get a spark every time I draw an affliction.
Oh, do you?
Don't
You do?
want it.
Yeah.
Well, put it in there then.
Yeah, there you go.
give it to you.
So he starts. So he does the chant, so the affliction actually is a card that goes in your deck, which I'm not going to put in your deck because this is going to be over before you draw it. But so the chant, like they were talking about before, that's the thing that creates these zombie hordes.
Uh-huh.
The chant, normally phoenixes are pretty much immune to it, But for some reason, the chant actually catches in your brain a little bit, and you can feel like your core just darken a little bit from this chant as you hear Eerie do the chant.
When we originally encountered the chant, we figured out it was Careless Whisper by Wham.
Oh God!
Yeah.
So for
Watched Keanu.
what do we
the
have
other
total
night.
there?
I believe that is
so much good Wham
13
stuff.
plus 10, so 23.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect. You're good. So you finish off the war worm actually.
Oh, excellent.
Courtesy of brutal damage from Beans.
It's a good thing you all followed my leadership.
Yes.
Telling
good
you
thing.
what a good leader I am right now.
Yep.
Because that's what good leaders do. They assure you of how good of a leader they are.
Yeah, that's true.
But as the sun
I'm the
comes
best.
up, you see ink kind of just flame out.
Thank God.
Oh, no.
Or ink. Or ink.
Inky Pie!
Don't call me that.
That's not a great nickname. There's a lot of other ways you can go with it that would be better probably. It's like books and stuff. Okay, so
It's like books and stuff.
like books and
That's my
stuff.
tagline.
Books and stuff.
Books and stuff.
That's actually when you retire. That's going to be the small store you open.
Yeah.
Books and stuff. Okay, so you guys successfully defend the capital. Unfortunately, you lost ink.
No!
Which is,
I really thought Sizzle was gonna go.
Yeah,
No.
Sizzle was in a real bad way there, actually. But unfortunately, that thunder blast on the top of the worm, which is not a euphemism, and is what technically
it?
happened.
Isn't it?
I mean, it definitely is, but in this situation, I'm describing a specific thing that happened, and unfortunately, that thunder blast was apparently nothing for you, and everything to Ink.
You just breakdance right through it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
Totally
doing?
breakdance.
What are you doing? Dance off, fool.
So
This is killing
More
me.
tickets.
So thanks so much for tuning in for a shorter stream tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at Mrs. Shawn Graham. I have watched, at this point, only one episode of Luke Cage, but the one episode I saw was, to me, the tone of it was so good and so perfect.
Was it the first episode?
Yeah, I've watched
Good.
only one
good.
episode.
All right, just making sure. I don't
And
know.
it
Maybe
was
you were
episode
crazy and jumped
7.
Yeah, exactly.
Because here's what I do. I should be clear. I watched an entire amount of the show equal to one episode. I watched about 5 minutes of like 8 episodes.
The whole
That's a
season.
weird
yeah,
way
yeah,
to
yeah.
watch
No,
it.
no,
I
no,
watched
no,
5
support
minutes of
that.
the show.
I support that.
And it feels really good the way I did it. So I recommend that you do it differently. I would say just watch half of 2 episodes because I think you'll get a better feel for how the show works. But what do I know? Anyway, that's what I'm really enjoying right now is Luke Cage.
My
I'm
mom
gonna try and
actually
finish it.
texted me to tell me that she started watching it, loved it, didn't realize that it was Marvel or any
Yeah.
sort of superhero thing.
Right, yeah.
She's just watching a thing and was like, oh, and he's bulletproof. That's amazing.
Right, yeah.
She's really digging it.
Yeah, I read an article that finally, because I've been meaning to watch it, but it's just people, you get busy and you just don't get a chance to watch things.
So good.
And I read an article that was basically just talking about like all of the cultural references that are in the show.
That soundtrack is fucking
And-
amazing.
And, as I was
Yeah.
reading the article, I
That,
was like, this is a goddamn shame that I haven't watched it. And then I watched one episode and I'm
That
like, oh,
moment?
this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That moment
Yeah.
is by far probably my favorite moment in the whole show.
Yeah.
So I guess it sounds like everybody likes it. So
Yeah.
haven't-
Spoiler alert.
I haven't-
There's some awesome.
Yeah.
Bring the
Just
ruckus.
a little bit.
Bring the ruckus.
okay, so that's me, Justin.
Yeah, Justin
plug
Baker.
stuff too if you want.
You can find me on all social media at Acts4Food, ACTS, the number 4, the word food. You can find my photography at Photo Baker. And right now I'm in a weekly show, bi-weekly show. Is it bi-weekly or bi-monthly? I guess bi-monthly. Twice.
I don't know
twice
how
a
the
month. It's
words
every
work.
other week. Yeah.
If you ask me to spell it, I
Bi-monthly.
can spell it for
Bi-monthly.
you. BYMONTHLI.
See, and I would say
Nailed it.
BUY. Bi-monthly. Sleep, obey, consume.
You can, with my Harry Potter improv troupe called The Show That Shall Not Be Named.
Oh, I didn't realize you were in
do
that.
genre night.
I do.
And there's a genre night.
Oh, are you in Drunkards and Dragons?
No,
Doctor
I'm
Who
in
Live?
Doctor Who Live.
Live,
yeah.
Okay.
Where's
So,
this at?
This is at the Pack Theater.
Oh.
And yeah, every week is, every Thursday night is genre night, and we alternate between the nights. So
Bitchin'.
That's
why
pretty
we
awesome.
haven't seen each other.
I have not, I want to say like a year ago or so is when I first kind of started hearing about the Pack Theater, and now it is. And not in a bad way. It is oppressively in my face, like how much I hear about
God,
it.
I hate it that it's so good. I hate it.
Well, I mean, it is. It's one of those things where I'm hearing so it's an exponential. It feels like an exponential.
Well, it's crazy
because
because
in
it
how
started
much
with
they're
just
doing
it was the Miles Stroth workshop, and then they changed it to the Pack, and then I mean it's just and then once they started having enough. I say we, yeah, I'm part of it. Once we started having enough to do.
There's no we without you and I.
I know, right? Seven nights of shows. I mean they've got. We've got an entire lineup every night of the week. So
Wow, that's really
great.
good.
Come on out, Santa Monica.
It's a lot like when the UCB theater started blowing up in Los
nice.
Angeles.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling to have.
Sign off on that.
Mr. Holmes.
Hey, I'm actually not performing in it tonight, but if you are watching this stream live and you are in Los
No,
Angeles...
you performed in this stream, Michael. To be clear, you say you're not performing in it, but you did actually perform tonight.
You're not listening to
Isn't
me.
life a performance? Don't all of us wear masks?
I'm not performing in the performance I'm about to endorse, but
Okay.
if you are in Los Angeles and you are watching the stream live at 11 o'clock at Sacred Fools Theater, Serial Killers returns for its triumphant
Love me some Serial
10th
I like
season?
Serial
I don't know.
Yeah.
But my wife's going to be there taking pictures, and I will be there hanging out afterwards. So if you are a contributor to the stream, you live in Los Angeles, and you want to come say hi, I'm the one with the blue hair. Thank you.
Sacred Fools has been around an awfully long time.
20 years.
Yeah.
It's 20 years this year.
Yeah,
I,
that is.
I was with the first theater I kind of joined whenever I first came out here.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I've logged many hours there doing many things. Good, bad, and indifferent.
So that sounds really worthwhile.
Yeah. Serial Killers is basically, it's a sketch comedy show. 5 shows enter, 3 shows leave. The audience gets to vote on the stories that they want to see come back the next week.
And they write another story the
Exactly.
next week.
Nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Teline?
That's how my friend Amber Ruffin
Yeah.
made.
I'm familiar with her work.
Yes.
Yes. King
Which
of
is
Kong.
now freaking touring, kind of, when she's not busy. Hi, I'm Teline. My Twitter handle is Teline Made This, so you should follow me on Twitter. Make jokes about my dogs. I only have one dog, but she has multiple personalities.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know all too well.
Yeah.
Unlike you, who
I have one personality.
Yeah, what happened to Bean's voices tonight?
I couldn't get the first one,
Yeah.
and then nobody called me out on it, so I was like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sneaky.
I can't call anybody out on voices because I am the worst at voices. So
Like whatever you're doing now, I don't even know what this is. But
yeah, it's
The broadcast standard, go for
Work
that.
on
yeah,
it.
it's like nails on a chalkboard, right? This voice, the worst.
If you don't know about it, I just started a new show on this channel
And it's so good.
called Misadventures. It's a
right.
Harry Potter RPG, sort of based on Pathfinder, in which I break a lot of Pathfinder rules.
Yeah.
And we just had our first show this last Wednesday, so we will be back not this coming Wednesday, but the Wednesday after.
Yep.
And lots of people should watch it.
Yeah,
And
it
if
was a
you're
lot of
if
fun.
you're a Harry Potter fan or just a fan of gaming in general, or you're an intersectional feminist, you should watch it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Harry Potter happening in this room
Don't
right
bring
now.
me that trash if it ain't intersectional. That's what I always say.
That you every day when I talk to you.
Actually,
yeah.
it does get annoying because then it's like, oh, this guy is just performing wokeness. He's not actually. He's just saying a thing every day so that people pay attention to him, which is true. So,
Thank you, sir.
and what about you, Mr. Chan?
I'll do the other half of Genre Night is Doctor Who Live and Drunkards and Dragons, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. At the Pack Theater on Santa Monica Boulevard. Also, I've got a podcast, Knowing Is Half the Podcast, and a podcast called The Science Jerks. We are having our 200th episode. It's going to be a live taping at the Pack Theater.
Oh, nice.
October 29th.
Oh, right
which
on.
is Saturday.
Is that
at-
free or?
Yeah, it's pay what you can at the Pack Theater entirely. Anytime
Yeah,
you go
anytime
in.
you want to go to the shows.
Oh, that's
It's all
great.
pay what you can.
Sweet.
I love that.
It's a good model.
Yeah. We're going to have some guests and some live science demonstrations. I think it's the 29th. It's that Saturday.
Cool.
So the Saturday before Halloween, whatever that is.
I'll tell you,
I'm right
for-
now realizing how small the world is.
Yeah,
29th.
right. Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
oh, I know
right.
somebody who does that. And I know somebody else
Yeah.
who does that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Who else do you know?
I really like the pay what you can. There are a couple of theaters around town that do comedy, improv type stuff, and I'm not going to name them, but they are very strict about wanting you to pay $5 to go into their shows, which,
It's an inexpensive ticket.
It's inexpensive, but it's also a lot of these shows they're indie level comedians that are still kind of working on material, what have you.
And the comedians don't get any of that money.
Right, and they don't get that money. Also, sometimes they're not good. They're bad shows.
Definitely.
I do not mind going to a place like the Clubhouse and seeing a show that may be good, may be bad, whatever, but they don't ask me for money to come in, and I am very likely to give $10 or $15 on my way out.
Sure.
Because they don't ask me. There are theaters that say, well, you can't come in unless you give $5. I don't go to their shows anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't mind, it's just it's very frustrating to be told that these are, in some ways, apprentice level comedians, which is fine. They're not the big names. And I like seeing these people that are indie comedians, but I don't like.
Well, and the thing, doing
that.
improv, even the best improvisers, you have an off night.
Yeah.
You have a bad night.
And also, all of these theaters are definitely making money on the classes.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, why are they so eager to get their extra $50?
And I'm telling you, for
It's
me,
so
it's
little
putting
money.
everything on the same level. If everything's $5, then what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you figure these small black box theaters, they might get 30 people in there. If they get 30, that's a good show. But let's say they get 30 and they get $5 from each person. All right, you made $150, which is it's fine. Whatever. That's literally half of one student for your class.
Serial Killers isn't like that though. At the Sacred Fools Theater at
they've been
Vine
going
and Santa
for
Monica.
Well, but they've been going
That's
for.
an established
That's
theater.
that's the difference. I
No,
would
no,
not.
no,
It's a theater.
Yeah.
It's like you pay to go see a play.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily pay to go see an improv or a stand-up show.
Yeah. Which again, totally fine. Don't mind. I'll throw some money in the hat on the way out. But just so you guys
Better
know,
than a
I'm a
two-drink
big
minimum.
believer in socialism.
Oh, God.
Socialism. I love pay what you can. I think it's great. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. These are all very good people. Please follow them on social media. Please follow Saving Throw Show on all of its different types of social media.
Yes.
Watch our shows. We have shows now Monday through Saturday. We are going to be in your face, okay? We're on the internet. We're on, if you have what are those things, the Rokus, if you have a Roku with the Twitch app, it can be on your television box as well. That's a way to watch us.
Sorry, also, some of the Saving Throw family are doing the Extra Life fundraising marathon for Children's Miracle Network. In the early part of December, I'm sure if they go to the Saving Throw Facebook page,
November 5th.
November 5th. But if they go to the Saving Throw Facebook page, will there be information there?
Not really.
That's
yet.
okay.
Yeah.
Do a search for Extra Life, Children's Miracle Network, Saving Throw, and I guarantee something will come up.
Yeah.
Life.org.
Yes.
Search for Saving Throw Show. Also, we are going to be pushing you so hard to give us money for that in the coming weeks.
Yes.
As we do that, we've done very well in the past, raised a lot of money in the past, and I'm sure we will do that again. I will see you guys for that. And I'll also see you guys in general, because we're all just good people that like to be around each other.
You're going to be in BlizzCon.
I'm trying to be
going to
positive.
BlizzCon?
I'm going to BlizzCon. I'm not going to be at our extra live stream. But I'll tell you what I will do is I will hop in the stream as much as I'm able when I'm at the convention center, because I do know one thing about conventions and convention centers. Internet is always really strong and not spotty at that point in time.
Never.
So I'll be very
Would you do
easily-
me one small favor, though?
Yeah.
Would you strike Tracer's now deleted victory pose?
Oh, absolutely I will. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, because they didn't want to have it all showing her butt. They wanted her to be more powerful. So now she's more powerful in her victory pose.
Sure.
There are actually, okay, I don't want to get off on too much of a Blizzard tangent, but I am so excited about the Tracer
Overwatch.
jacket and the Tracer leggings that you can buy at BlizzCon.
Correct.
Man, that's going to be real cool. Also, you can get murky slippers. They're like slippers. Why did I say that? Anyway.
They're like slippers.
They're like slippers.
For the kids.
Anyway, they're slippers, and while you walk, they make the Murloc sound. So every step you take, it goes every single step.
Oh,
all right
shit.
with
Okay,
that.
I've got one more thing. Okay, I just wrote an article for Geek and Sundry about the artist Butcher Billy, who just contributed to this art project in Britain called Streets of Warcraft, and he did sort of a Keith Haring-inspired print called Your Mother Was a Murloc. So go to Geek and Sundry and look for Butcher Billy.
Your mother was a Murloc.
Your
Okay,
mother was a
thank you
Murloc.
so much for tuning in, guys. Once again, please send your love to Dom and follow Dom on social
Yes,
media.
because Dom's fucking amazing.
Zook.
Yeah, Dom is really one of my favorite people out here in LA, and I say that genuinely. I don't like to be genuine, and I will not be again.
Yep.
But for this one moment, I will tell you that Dom genuinely is a good guy, and today is a great example of that. He stepped in when it's kind of his day off and made it all work.
Thank you to Justin for
everything.
fucking stepping up for his first time ever playing this game.
Yeah, and did pretty well.
Yeah.
I would call
And
him a
Beans.
mediocre player.
Thank you.
Beans.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'll
Bring
take
it
that.
in.
Yeah.
Beans.
All right. Anyway,
I
Go
aspire
enjoy your
Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
Mediocrity.
Have fun for your Saturday night. Let's all Kermit like Chan did. Chan's